You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All correct.
Yeah!
Boosh.
There's a hand clap. We just did.
Hand clap. We touched hands.
We touched hands. High-fiving it.
Jesus Christ, it's 7 o'clock.
I know, you want to hear what he told me?
What did he say? Well, you're telling me that. I'm just going to tell him what the fuck.
At 6 o'clock, I said, faggot. And he goes, you are! I imagine you're all set up by now. So I sent him the picture, and we were set up. And he said, sweet clit, we'll be there soon. I hope one of you has beer. I said, not me. I said, that's fine. And then at 6:49, I said, what's taking so faggot-ass long? I'm trying to get into his head.
Yeah.
Because that's how he talks.
Of course.
Says, we got stuck on the interstate for like an hour and a half. Finally got off that, and we stopped and ate. Now we're traveling again. I said, are you bringing us some food?
I haven't eaten fucking dinner yet.
I haven't eaten dinner.
I've put off dinner to come set all this shit up.
That's right.
So, because he all texted me at work like, well, podcast today. Want to get it out of the way early so we can get all fucked up. And now look what time it is, 7 o'clock. I've wasted 3 good hours.
Let's just fucking go get some meat.
It's ridiculous.
He said, no, we ate at a pho house. Pho house.
Oh yeah, you went and got some fucking pho?
Got some fucking pho.
I like fucking pho.
I like pho.
I like big bowl of water and tasty noodles.
I like to put that sriracha in it.
Well, you're dumb, but
I understand you wouldn't like that.
all I'm saying is vegetable pho is the bomb.
Oh, I haven't had vegetable pho.
It's delicious.
That beef pho.
Well, that pho is pho'd up. That pho ain't got nothing. Nothing! You don't know pho! You don't know nothing! Your bowl is wide, well mine is too. Better watch your mouth, or I'll fund you.
When are you gonna buy that food truck?
What do you mean when am I gonna buy that food truck?
You talked about buying.
When
a
are
food
you gonna
truck.
be an ample mechanic to let me buy a shitty one that you fix up?
Oh, that'd be fun. In a year.
What if it's a Ford? What if I go and buy a BMW one?
It's all the same.
It's not all the same.
It's all the same. It's all the same. Here we go again.
It's not all the same.
No, it's not. It's not all the same, Dobbs. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Feels like it's all the same. Every day I wake up, do the same shit, be shit on the same way, come home, jerk off the same stuff, then I go to bed. And it's the same all over again. It's the same every day.
Like that movie Groundhog Day.
No, not like the movie Groundhog Day. Like real life, where it's depressing and stuff.
Well, he got depressed in that movie.
Yeah, but he was frustrated. He was stuck in a fucking reoccurring day that he could find his way out of.
I don't think he knew which way was out.
I'm pretty sure he got himself out of that.
He did, but he didn't know that he was going to get out of it.
Still got out.
Yeah.
That's like mushrooms. It does eventually end. This is my life. Which will eventually end. Which is be longer and sadder than that hour and 45-minute movie is.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, we should just keep ourselves now. Get zelts, throw on some ash worship porn, jerk off and asphyxiate ourselves. See who comes first. / and/or dies first. Just so you know, if you die before I do, I'm totally staying in it.
Alright.
I'd be like, holy shit. I went to the bathroom and the post killed himself like jerking off to ass worship.
It's a very Cartman thing of you to do.
Thank you very much.
Oh my god.
I will swallow a hollow metal tube so I cannot crush my esophagus or asphyxiate.
Yeah.
I got that wired controller.
Oh, you got your first check?
Yeah,
What was it?
247.
Woo!
Ow!
But I didn't work all 8 days yet. I was training that week too, so the next check should be a little bit more even.
Making the fucking big bucks.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Putting that cheddar in your pocket.
A little bit. I don't know if that's from something, but it sounds like it is.
It is. Now.
Had a coworker tell me about Breaking Bad,
Well,
and I've been hearing stuff from you guys about Breaking Bad, and I should be watching it. But now that I heard it from an outside source,
Pretty fucked up.
okay.
I mean, he said he watched it for 2 days, and he says now he's on like the beginning of season 3 after those 2 days. So it must be so intense that.
It's hard to put down. It's like a good book, but better because you don't have to read.
Well, it sounds pretty nice. Oh yeah, it might be
Might be getting into Breaking Bad, huh?
a little bit.
Well, you know,
It's been around for a while, and I've been hearing things.
your bro hooks you up with good advice on great shows. Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy, Dexter, Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah,
I don't get to take naps.
naps are healthy.
I don't get to take naps.
There you go. Well, somebody warned me, so there.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Shit ton more.
Thanks for the ride for tomorrow. Appreciate it.
I can't give you a ride tomorrow.
Oh, what's up with that?
I'm going to a car show tomorrow.
Oh, that's why you're not going to work, huh? Okay.
You telling me you didn't get a ride for tomorrow?
Oh,
What time you go to work?
like if I got a ride, probably like 7.
Jesus Christ, I'm going to be up all night partying my ass off. You want me to get up at 7 something to give you a ride? Or what would be nice is to sleep until like 10, get up, and then go to the car show. That
I
would
do
be
like
nice.
that you started out with. Oh, by the way, thanks for giving me a ride tomorrow.
I was just assuming, alright? Because Dad
That's
got
fat
work.
ass up there.
I did that.
Well, I skipped work so I could party all night and then go to the car show.
Well, some people just don't have the luxury of skipping work, Gotta try to show up every day.
Well, see,
I got 100% consistency, is all I'm saying.
if I were to go to work tomorrow, that would be something they call overtime. That's time over 40 hours. So that's like full-time job plus more job. So it's not mandatory.
Yeah.
It's something that, you're never going to experience in the current workplace.
Well, breakfast station's been building.
Breck Station, I mean, they're getting that,
They got like 7 places open.
They're going to blow up. Seven's big.
Doesn't matter.
23-year-old pedophile disemboweled after bragging of his crimes in prison. It's brutal.
Did you see the picture of this guy? He got a tattoo, and it's like his full back is just a picture of a lady's face, and then on his butt cheeks are the nipples.
No.
And he ended up going to prison, and people loved it.
Sure they did.
Oh yeah.
Just giving you openings all night. All night long. I don't know what that is.
So new intro. It's different every time.
Oh, different every time. Lights, I have a boner.
Yeah.
And then I hit 80s in the balls with my foot while he was laying down on the ground. He couldn't get back up, so they dragged him away. The other people kept turning off the AC, cause they were homos that liked it too hot, so we kept fucking with them the whole time. And then we went and spied on Nicky in the showers. He screamed a lot like Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Get out! And then there was that one guy with just one leg. He totally freaked me out by putting his fake leg under his bed and his leg through the top of the bed. I'm like, holy cow, you put your leg through the bed, and then he pulled it off and it was fake. There was these black people there with steel drums, and then I'd be posting that mini golf because he sucks at mini golf. Got third place in the painting competition out of 3 people. Yeah, I'm fucking awesome. That was good enough to get to national paints. Then I got first place in the discus. That was pretty sweet. Cause I'm fucking rad. But the only thing that kept us from being the best was this triathlon fucking race thing, baton thing, where you hand things off and fucking post a trip and fell and ruined it for everybody. Everybody was upset with posting. Just had to wear your pajama pants.
Weren't even my pajama pants. It was Rossi's.
Didn't even do good at the soccer kick, even though he claims to be a big soccer guy.
Were you there when that guy was like,
Football.
hey, why are you wearing these pajama pants?
I'm sure I was.
I was like, some cool. And then that whole race happened, and I fell on my face. And I walking back, and the guy's like, not so cool now.
Awesome. Remember, I had a fucking American flag shirt on.
No.
I had a shirt that was an American flag while we were in fucking chapel or whatever. And the kid in front of me was like trying to quietly whisper to the other person next to him about me. And I leaned forward and I'm like, what are you talking about? He turned around and he's like, nothing! I'm not talking about anything! Also rigged.
He was behind you or in front of you?
In front of me. This fucking guy, this is big. It doesn't even match. It's weird. Where are these guys from?
Look weird, huh?
Nothing! Then everybody looked at you.
Yeah. You know what happens. So I'm trying to impress the girl next to him, and I totally backfired. And he looked like a baby bear.
What's that, bitch?
Never use that kind of language. See you guys tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Dad. Love you too.
Yeah.
Hates you more.
Yeah, I know it.
Everything you do.
Everything I do.
You're just a terrible person in his eyes. You're not even worth saving at this point, as far as he's concerned.
Has he tried to save me?
Well, I mean, my dad preaches at everybody except you. I mean, when was the last time he was like, listen, the Lord has a plan for your life? Oh, wait, never? Well, he's known from the get-go.
Yeah, he's always preached to me. But you're right, within the last year, he's stopped. And I figured it was just because I've heard all of his stories now. Because he started repeating himself.
That doesn't end.
No?
He's been repeating himself since I was like 5 years old. And that doesn't end. Now he's gotten to the point where he's like, I'm sure you've heard this before, but... It's like, yeah, this is only like the umpteenth time. And I've heard this story about you and Scott Spangler in the pier. But whatevs. Yeah, I know all your close friends by name. I know how old they are, what year they graduated, what kind of cars they drove, which ones you could pull the doors off of, and which ones you couldn't. I know who ate the super glue. I know who hit the pier. I know who you were dating. Super fun.
Who was he dating?
Here's these twins that him and his buddy Mike Lang were dating. and they would go out racing on Highway 100 every weekend, like Friday night, Saturday night, and they would always stop at Cousins and get footlong meatball subs. It was their weekend ritual. Race cars, eat subs, kick it with sweet twins.
We should make that our ritual.
Well, get a sweet car. This is my car's boss. I'm bringing the jams. You got to bring the thunder.
That was kind of sweet.
Slow.
I know, right? Jesus. Well, Nathan is scavenging.
Yeah, there should be a chair up there.
So this,
somewhere.
by the way, is Anna, my sister. You haven't met her.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
Hello.
to meet you.
She's thinking about going to school in Florida.
Oh,
Which one?
I don't know. I was thinking that mission.
Ah,
Because we're better than Bama? Is that why?
Jackie Chan.
Yeah, Bama sucks.
Fuck you.
So I don't want to go to school there.
Huh? Oh, I have one.
You love it there, you motherfucker. As you're coming up, all of you, when I get my place. Come up and crash party for a few days.
Alright.
Help me build my bar.
No one said anything about work.
I'm in.
every vacation I go on.
Hey, if you could just do
I
my
got shit
stuff
to do, you know.
that I need to. I'm actually gonna go hang out with my other friends. If you guys just want to stay here, have this done by Monday,
Here's
and
the blueprint for my new kitchen.
So, that to go
It's
off.
3-inch crown molding. Just so you know.
don't get that cheap shit. I know what it is.
Yeah, you're paying for it too.
It's all part of that free bar fund.
You know, that free bar in Alabama that you can totally go to whenever you want.
That's how it's gonna be. Just pay for the booze.
It sounded better by the minute. Build it, pay for the booze. Awesome.
No, I'm gonna have what I'm gonna do is it's an open. You can drink anything you want. You put whatever you think should be in the jar, the amount that you drink, to help me out buy more booze for the bar that month.
Well, what you need to
Whatever gets
invest
put in the jar is what I'm getting in the thing.
So
I'm getting
you
keg
could
rates
get-
Are
too.
we using bar prices or homeboy
No,
prices?
just homeboy prices.
Okay.
You could like get way more than your money's worth if you did that.
No. And it ain't even like prices. It's like if you want to donate a bottle, you can just bring a bottle in. I'll keep it at the bar and you can take shots out of it.
I have
It's
a
going to be a
Nadashow.
legitimate bar.
What type of bar are you running here?
One side is going to be a gay brothel.
Oh, sweet.
I was actually in the market.
I know homosexuals.
You know, and
So they'll enjoy that.
Yeah.
so,
It'll be
The
like
other
a
side,
novelty.
the
Like,
other
we're
side's
having
gonna
gay
be,
sex in Alabama. We could go to prison for this.
the other side's
Oh
going
my
to be a hot
god.
dog
Death
stand.
penalty.
I don't know about that.
The other side's going to be a hot dog stand where you can just take it out.
Where you can go get turned on for a minute and
You put long
Come
hot
back and
dogs
get a
for
dick in the ass.
the nickel.
So I got to bring my own vegan dogs, or
You're such a.
I heard that you had a something.
meatball sub.
You had a meatball sub?
Yeah, vegan meatball sub.
No, you had a fucking hot pocket
I did have hot
a
pocket
little over a year ago.
Motherfucker.
Well,
at the
You
wedding.
gave
When
me
he
shit all
Hey,
night.
he-
It was
When
a
he told-
celebration,
Now,
guys.
we
when
were
he told me
hammered.
the story, I was like, really? That's what broke him?
We were.
What's a hot pocket?
Yeah,
What's
he
a
was
Pop-Tart
drunk.
with meat?
It was at the wedding. There was nothing that I could eat at the wedding itself.
And here the excuses
And
come.
we went to eat earlier at Waffle House, and that was before the wedding started. So when did the wedding start? Noon, 11.
No. It
Was
was
it later than that?
it was later than that. It was like 4, I
Because
think.
they had all those little the meatballs and shit.
Yeah.
And the
Here's what they had at the
celery.
wedding,
Kill it.
and me and you were on our little health kick.
Boom.
And then we were
Jackie
eating
Chan
beef
reflexes.
jerky and
So
shit.
there was like half
Yeah.
a bag of like raw spinach there and like some carrots.
Yeah.
And I tried to eat that all night, and I just was not
I ate
getting
meatballs and shit. fucking
was
chicken
not
nuggets.
getting full.
It just wasn't helping, man.
I killed him off.
Because I don't know what it was when we were.
I told you I got Jackie Chan
I could
reflexes.
eat
One hit.
7 times a day and still be hungry. It was
Yeah.
stupid.
But yeah, it was like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Oh, what?
I hadn't eaten, so I gave him money and sent him down to the lobby.
You're getting rid of the witnesses.
And he bought me dinner. He bought me a hot pocket that I ate.
And I was passed out drunk. And
You
I
were
woke
propagating
up.
this?
I woke up when I heard somebody come in. And I see him just like
You're supposed to be there.
creeping across the floor and shit, trying to be quiet.
I told him, I'm not retiring
And I was like,
never
you
did.
son of a bitch.
Oh,
And he
okay.
was like, shh, go back to bed. I was like, okay. Let's sleep.
And I'm sitting there trying to eat
Fuck,
it
piece of shit
to myself, and of course Mikkel wakes up. He's like, "Yo, let me get some of that."
Oh, of course he does.
Yeah,
By
that
my
motherfucker,
silence.
dude. You have stuff, and I don't.
And yeah, he did not get it.
Whatever you have, all of it.
Let me tell you something about Mikkel. You can offer to buy him food and he'll turn you down, and as soon as you have your food, he'll ask for your food.
Yeah, he's that kind of dude.
Just let me get a bite of that.
It tastes better when it's not mine.
Yeah.
It is scientifically proven that food that you don't prepare tastes better.
Mikkel doesn't
than food you
have
prepare.
taste buds.
Well,
No.
He doesn't look his
fried-
food as
he
good.
fried it with McDonald's.
You could have bought him that pho that we went to today and shared all that experience, and he'd be pissed because he spent that much time. He wants a double cheeseburger that can shove up his ass
He wants a sheet of cardboard and a lot of salt.
so he can run 6,000 miles.
Hey, you want some
We're gonna
food?
do it
Oh, you mean Pule?
Yeah, exactly.
So I can do parkour.
By the way, you're going to have to go back and piece through my
Yeah.
sentences.
All right.
Make them all fit right.
Yeah.
So, hell. Pretty good. Pretty good. He was supposed
That
to...
guy.
I'm sorry, it
You
was...
should have shaved.
It was comedic relief, but the devil I figured would be a little bit
Sinister.
more of the bow to me shit, not all the policies and procedures.
Well, I asked him, I said, how do you want the devil to be? And he said, I want him to be a real slick, laid-back devil. And I was like, all right, done deal.
Yeah, you really pulled that off.
Clearly he didn't read.
No, I think
To the best of my ability.
I think what would have been better if, since he went through all his policies and was bitching the whole time, if he was just like strung out and like his hair was fucked up and he was in the bathrobe. You know how fucking long it took me to build that library?
Just all fucking...
Just pissed off the
I
whole
like
time
that.
about her.
I like
like a strung-out devil.
I liked that though. I thought it was funny. The green shit. What was that?
Mystery goop, bro.
That Hot Pocket has stayed secret for so long.
I know.
Look,
I guess
Kramer
Jacob
shows
purposely
up.
didn't tell
Look,
me.
this
Oh,
is
Kramer told you.
Yeah.
it's the truth.
I knew about it the next
so
day,
sad.
but I
It's the
didn't
truth.
think it was a big deal.
Now,
So sad.
now, would you rather have sat on that forever? Just known.
Yeah, totally.
I don't think you know Dobbs' past.
Totally okay with that.
Okay.
You could have gone your whole life holding that secret
Yeah,
deep
it
down
was
inside.
really nothing to hold.
Well, that's the difference between you and me then.
Well,
I saw some shit that I thought was hilarious and had to say it immediately.
you know that asshole
Because
that's
you've been
all
being
that
a dick
bullshit?
about it all fucking weekend. That motherfucker is talking shit about me eating fucking meatballs.
Well, if you're gonna come at me
It's
and be like,
smuggling
hey,
a
I'm
Hot
on this
Pocket.
special time.
He's playing hide the Hot Pocket in the kitchen, and I don't know.
You
All
are a
I'm
meat
saying
eater.
is,
You and Poston
You
were
know.
playing that game. Oh, it was past time, man. You were an accomplice to crime. You're an accessory.
somebody had to do it.
I never gave him up though.
Never did. I looked him in the
Fuck.
face and I said, never tell anybody about this. You know what he did? Didn't tell anybody about this.
Well,
To
you
the
didn't tell
grave.
me not to. You said go back to sleep. And I said, all right, motherfucker.
that
When
was,
I wake up, I'm
hoping
gonna
you
tell
would run
everybody.
that was a threat, actually. Go back to sleep. Didn't see anything.
Time that was Meredith was one because I couldn't stand.
When
Dude,
Tyler,
you
when
could've
Tyler
killed me
told
with
me
a pillow.
that, I saw the value in having that kind of blackmail over you. What if one day there was a serious situation where I needed you to do something and I knew you wouldn't do it unless you had to? I could be like, I know what you did last November.
Like I'm 12 years into my veganism.
Yeah.
And like, now I'm like a leader for
You
the
have like a
community.
following and shit.
People
And his
people expect
ass
you.
came back to
Tyler
haunt
whipped
him.
out his phone real quick and like whipped
Snapped
a
a
picture.
picture.
It's just like you scromping down like meatballs are falling all over the place and shit.
Just scalding.
You have the marinara all over your
Zooming on
chest.
Did you guys hear
This is your leader.
when Bush was running for re-election, he had a picture taken with a serial killer? It turned out like he didn't know he was a serial killer. He just shakes people's hands. Someone snapped the picture and then they released a thing in the paper. George W. Bush endorses serial murder. What? It was so awesome.
Were they both looking at the camera and smiling as they shook hands?
Oh no, it was just Bush like, yeah, that's another fucking person whose hand I have to shake. Oh, a little black baby. Mwah. And then like,
Dude, how sweaty would your hand get shaking on those hands all day?
I'm sure
greasy
he uses-
with your lips.
I'm sure
dude,
he
just
uses a lot of
as
baby
black
powder.
people
I'm sure he uses a lot of
Hannibal
hand
Buress.
sanitizer.
Hannibal Buress has a bit that Jimmy Carter came on his plane and shook every single person's hand, and he's like, "Now I'm in coach, and I'm in one of the back lines. I don't want to shake Jimmy Carter's fucking hand when he shake 200 people's hands before." You're like, "All right, Jimmy Carter."
Dude,
And washes his hands.
that would suck. You know how much longer it would take that plane to get off the ground?
I'm like, yeah, that's true. I mean, you're not the president anymore.
Yeah.
He's 5,000 years old.
I don't care.
And he still had 2 Secret Service men.
He's
Wheel his
biblical.
ass into fucking first class and let's get this show
For
on
life.
the road.
Hannibal actually said, "Really? Whose plan is that to murder Jimmy Carter? Can't we just let time take Jimmy Carter? Like, whose master plan involves killing Jimmy Carter? Hey, we need to kill former President Jimmy Carter."
I hate him for all the stuff he didn't really do.
He kind of
Just
freed the hostages in Iran. I mean, they freed him under Reagan's administration, but within an hour after Reagan being inaugurated, they freed him because they hated Jimmy Carter so much.
I just feel like
No, he actually
Jimmy Carter.
eradicated several diseases. When he started in the
with his foundations and
yeah,
shit.
and in the 70s, there were like over 50,000 cases around the world, particularly in Africa and Southeast Asia. And last year there were like 3. It was this little worm that like burrows into your foot, or you can drink it. And yeah, it's a big thing. He actually won a Nobel Peace Prize. Did you hear about the Nobel Peace Prize today? Malala Yousafzai won. But you know, whores, right? Whores.
Yeah, I zoned out on that one, dude.
You lost me. You lost me, dude. I tried so hard.
It's okay.
Current news. What's that?
But did your guys hear about Johnny Depp's mistress?
No.
That's not a thing. I thought you
Oh,
could see
fuck.
how you guys were like, no, what? Tell me.
Yeah, that was
Well, I
interesting.
Yeah,
have to know what's going on with celebrity lives.
Did you hear about the teenager that got sentenced today?
No.
For what?
He
16-year-old kid or whatever.
Yeah, he murdered his mother by strangling her and then fucked her dead corpse.
That's fucking
Good
metal.
job.
What?
That's metal as shit.
All right, new song. Using metal.
Get out the
It
pen.
was in,
bro.
it was
Let me
in,
borrow that
it was in
guitar.
Corpus Christi, and he even commented, "I guess I lost my virginity to a corpse."
Yeah.
Okay.
To your mom's corpse. That's awesome.
He said his plan was to kill her and the sister, but after he got done with
Only I
mine,
knew a decent metal vocalist who could write anything.
No, seriously, if you guys know anybody.
T-shirts.
when I came from Japan, I brought my guitar with me, and I was pretty carefree about it. I just checked it along with all the other luggage, and they lost it when we landed in Seattle. And I approached one of the employees there, like with the flight service or whatever, and I was like, "Hey, you know, I got all my bags. I'm missing one thing, my guitar." They're like, "Well, if it's not on there, I guess it's gone." I was like,
And it's
Oh,
gone.
okay, yeah.
I was like, wow.
That's
I was
fine,
like-
thanks, guys.
And I had just spent like $400 for it. It was like this little
Bummer.
acoustic, yeah.
Bummer.
And I was so pissed, and she wasn't going to help me at all. And I was like, wow, that's lame. And I looked, and finally I gave up, and I saw it as I was leaving the terminal. It was like propped up in the corner of the terminal. It still had the same case, so I recognized it. And I was like, I went over and opened it up, and sure enough, there was my guitar. Someone just propped it up there and didn't say shit to anybody about it. And I was like, wow,
Is that the one that we pawned for gas money?
that's the one that we bought for
What?
gas money.
Jesus Christ.
How much did you get for it?
$75.
Don't worry, I pawned a $300 amp and got $50.
Listen, people, I will buy your shit.
Listen to me. We did not
We were
have
in
a
the
choice.
position at the time
I
to meet
pawned-
up with us.
I understand the
Doesn't
pain. I
We
pawned,
were-
send you,
Spyro 2,
I'll send you
only
money.
got
You
$10
bring it to
for
me.
That was the problem
Yeah,
at
I'm
the
just
time.
joking.
On par.
Goodness.
That was a nice
We needed that money like that hour. Because we
Well,
went on
wire
a
transfers are for-
road trip that we talked about going on like that.
Like 30 seconds before we left.
It was
Just
really,
think
about
really
it next
long.
time.
It
Any
was
kind of
It was a
gun,
fun trip though.
guitar, musical instrument, and or
We had
related.
a great time.
Just let me know.
We did Molly.
I'll
on
think
the-
about
the
mine.
mountains.
Who's Molly?
Ringwall?
Oh yeah, you had a movie marathon? That's awesome.
She came over. Her
didn't know you
her
guys
acting
had-
career took a dive when I say we did Molly.
Oh, okay. That's
It was-
sweet. She really needed the money.
it
That's what that
was-
$75 went.
Didn't you have a kid now that's an actor?
Oh, I have no idea.
His Hunter.
Cool, now there's dirt all over that beer.
Huh?
Now there's dirt all over that beer. Just want to let you know
Don't
that.
act like you're above
I'm not above it. Just want to let you know.
it. Okay, I'm okay with it. There's dirt on the beer. It's not on the inside yet.
Not yet.
Oh, it is.
I'm start crunching into it when I sip it though.
You're gonna crush that glass.
Then you watch like it might happen.
You gonna do it?
See how fucking stupid it is. I did feel bad about your tongue though.
Oh yeah, you're a prick.
What's the matter with your tongue?
Faggot ass tongue.
He split it in half with his faggot ass dome. He speared me in a mosh pit in the face, like lowered his head and jumped
That was your fault?
the crown of his fucking head into my chin.
Oh, is that against like?
And
metal
he walks
rules?
around like this.
No, I just thought that was a super lame thing to do. Like, you can totally do that, but as soon as he
Just
did,
walking
you
around
know,
with his tongue out.
I immediately sank my teeth through my tongue and felt the whole thing go numb.
Alright, slack jaw.
And I was like, cool.
Keeping your fucking tongue
Did you
in
show
your
everyone
mouth.
your gay ass piercing?
No.
Show everyone your gay ass piercing.
Hey everyone, here's my gay ass piercing. Can't really see it. It's in my ass.
It's actually a tongue piercing.
Oh,
He did
that
a-
one.
He did a clever play on
Yeah.
words.
I did it for gay reasons, you know.
I'm
It helps with fellatio.
You're a fucking pussy.
I like it. It's fun to play with. It's like, you know how I used to chew on the little soda
And
tabs?
like now,
Break 'em
like,
off and
this
chew
shit
on 'em.
happens. He's gonna be
Now I can just play
clicking
with
it on
it.
his fucking teeth and shit.
Dude, if you click
All
that
day.
shit in your fucking teeth, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I'm surprised you haven't heard me. I've been doing it all day.
I haven't heard you until now. Now I'm
Now,
gonna
now
not
his
be
nails
able
are
to not
getting
hear.
so much healthier because of
See?
quit chewing on them.
And I took care of that oral fixation finally. You know, I don't have to constantly have dog stick in my mouth. So,
So anyway, Nathan.
What's up? You had nowhere to go with that, did you? All right. I was excited.
One loud
for a
burst
second.
and then-
People usually don't address me directly. Anyway, so yeah, how was Hell or Tusk?
Tusk was great.
Second time.
I went to look for a kid last night.
A what?
What? Kid.
well, that's
A goat or an actual
I think
kid?
you should stop recording if you're going to tell this story.
No.
Okay.
Like, police were looking for this kid that ran away, and he was right down the street.
Oh, okay.
you found him.
No, we didn't find him.
You get a reward?
Somebody found him, but not me.
His body.
He didn't get a reward.
He wasn't dead.
No reward. I was
Why? How old
picturing the
was
whole thing in my head. I was like, you know, I'm going to get in the paper. You have to trim this up a little bit.
But
he? I'll be in the Zephyr News.
But it's-
No.
Be
You
a
need to
hero.
keep the beard.
you get interviewed by Aaron Hatcher.
I'm tired of
Yes.
people getting
Aaron
portrayed
Patrick's
looking
cool.
like villains because they have a goddamn beard. You're on every fucking warning label for kids that get candy.
Eventually, Fox News will pick it up. Muslim saves kid? What's his ulterior motive?
Right?
Rumors
Former
had it he
ISIS member Josh Poston.
Rumor has it he downloaded Rosetta Stone Pashto.
Well, he was stuck in your house.
He wasn't stuck in my house.
That's what he said.
You could have driven out there, or I could have driven him to
couldn't
you.
have done that.
Why not?
I could have driven.
Why not?
We were on a time frame.
Oh,
We had to see Tusk and then go to Dunkerbox.
what's
What the hell is
okay.
Dunkerbox?
That's a,
Dunderbox.
I took you and Kramer there, and we walked in. You're like, let's leave. And I was like, okay. It's a German.
Was it different?
It's different. It's a German bar.
Coming from the
It's
Alabama. I have tolerance.
They have,
I'm a walk.
They have tons of imported beer.
They-
a lot of it's super expensive.
They carry the Samuel Adams Utopia.
I don't know what that is.
They made it in 2007. There's only so many of them. It's 25%
How
alcohol.
Oh my
crazy expensive
God.
is it?
$450
Yeah.
a bottle.
And you're
Holy
paying
shit.
for shit ass Sam Adams beer because I hate Sam Adams beer.
From what people say, it tastes more like
Guess we
liquor
had bad
than it does
taste.
beer.
It tastes
I
like
would
this
imagine
one.
at
Newcastle's
25%.
good.
Technically, it's a
Newcastle's good.
I like that Newcastle.
That's a strong.
And I know it's
beer.
weak.
I want to get it.
I
I don't
think it
care.
tastes good.
It tastes really. I like brown ales.
I'm not really
Yeah.
drinking right now,
Pale
but
ales.
their food is pretty good.
Their food was good. They have vegan options.
So what's
there.
his face? That guy that used to live in Germany that lived with Matt Munger.
Corey?
Corey.
Yeah, he said it just doesn't taste like it does in Germany. I'm like, well, of course not.
Well, I doubt it.
We have completely different ingredients. I mean, it's the same things, but the way it's raised is different. Well, I guess he went to the kitchen and like talked to someone in German, whatever. It's like, so that was cool. I was like, okay. He's like, and they have beer, and well, I guess he ordered like a Miller Lite.
They have ridiculous amounts of beer.
Yeah.
Insane amounts of beer.
Yeah, but no, we walked in. It was super crowded. You guys looked
Oh
around.
yeah, I do remember that. It was in that shopping
That
center.
was you guys had to wire Sheila money because she left that night.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
They've got beer by the liter.
We stayed so fucked up that whole trip.
We had just eaten at that sushi bar, and you guys split a bottle of.
See, I don't remember any of that.
You know what? You guys split a bottle of sake, and I had a single like cup of sake and a glass of wine. You guys also each had beers, and I think you had a glass of plum wine, and gouged yourself on sushi.
Yeah.
How's plum wine?
Pretty good.
Plum wine's fucking.
It's super sweet, but then you get like a strong alcohol afternote.
We came home to a
Actually,
liquor
Quan
Christmas
Ming,
tree. Dude.
that him and I went to, I was telling you about. They make their own plum wine in house. So
That's pretty slick.
I want to try that.
yeah, I didn't know they had it until a few times after I went. But yeah, no, they make a lot of stuff in house. They're really good. But remember that Japanese waitress was totally hitting on both you guys.
I don't remember the
I feel
dinner.
like I should remember that.
Much
No.
less the details.
She was like 50. But
okay.
she's like, so you know Japanese? And then
So you want a massage?
and then you told her to like
My
turn.
sushi'd be fine.
Then you told her to like turn right and said hi. And she's like, oh,
I
very-"
told her to turn right.
yeah, because you're like, well, I know how to like instruct cab drivers. She goes, oh, how you do that?
Oh, okay.
And then you told her. Actually, I went like 9 months later with your mom and Kevin, and she was our waitress. She goes, oh, you like our sushi, don't you? I was like, Jesus Christ, wonderful memories those Japs have.
I've been twice in a year.
Yeah,
I must be a
You
fanatic.
must really like our sushi.
Those Japs.
Those Japs.
Damn.
They know their
She was really nice though.
Yeah, they're good people, man.
Except
Not
for
really.
except for
I got
the
yoked
pizza.
into playing a show with 5 Japanese chicks when I was over there.
grungy.
You had
And
an
it was
awesome
so
orgy.
frustrating because they didn't speak any English like at all.
But they
barely.
But they could outplay you.
Broken English, but my buddy Bones was fucking one of them. And I
The
somehow,
hot one.
what was her name?
It was like
Yoshi?
Sai.
Sai.
Yeah. And the one that I wanted was named Wako.
You want Wako, dude?
Dude.
I would have nailed Wako
I
to the
know,
fucking floor.
because she was a good guitarist, and I was like, "That's fucking hot." I don't care what she looks like.
And
I've been
she,
on
had,
island for
and she
2
had a
years.
death growl that sounded like fucking
Yeah,
the dude
she
from Opeth.
screamed. But
Oh,
no,
really?
dude, she we were trying to play
She had one
at practice
One stream.
because I had to
and
do
it
a
was
show
a
with
deep
them.
growl, but she was pretty good at that. So
And I
For
could
a chick,
never
I was
learn their
impressed.
songs because the language barrier was so horrible. She'd be like, "All right, and then do some shit." And I was like, "What fucking tuning are you in? Like, how do we even begin to do that?" So I just
That
sat out
sounds
there the whole
impossible.
set list and just looked at her and tried to do what the fuck she was doing.
that sounds terrible.
But it was Japanese girl rock. It wasn't that hard to comprehend. But I mean,
Yeah.
they were good though. They're still playing. They got music videos and shit.
What's the name of their band?
Runji.
Run it to ground.
Yeah, Run It to Ground. And they play a bunch of metal fest out there, and they're awesome people. And they drink more than we do.
So I came to the barracks and
She put
put
down
me under the table, dude.
fucking lick.
She's
like
like Anna size.
I mean, I was laughing when they came over, and then when I started drinking with them, and I was like, oh fuck. Like, them drinking, they don't do it because they're upset or frustrated. They do it just to fucking get fucked up.
What were you drinking?
Huh?
What were you drinking?
Dude, I don't even remember.
Probably whiskey.
There's so much horrible shit that I put in my mouth. It depends on when it depends on when payday was.
Okay.
What was I drinking?
That's the
we don't have
snippet
to
of
talk
the
So we don't have to talk about that one time.
If you're not comfortable.
I mean, so many horrible things.
No,
in your
I'm just
mouth.
saying,
Get
like,
into it.
it depended on how much money we had.
Fair enough,
it
yeah.
was you couldn't buy liquor on base if you were a lance corporal and below. You had to be a certain rank to buy.
How
or
far up
married
is
or
that?
married or some shit.
It's ridiculous.
And we walked everywhere too, or took cabs that cost $7 just to sit in, and then it started.
That's how much it is here.
But we were getting paid so much, and we didn't have any bills, so it didn't fucking matter. We'd go out to the liquor store and buy like 6 bottles of vodka, and come back and just get fucked. You do some weird shit, man. When you drink. Oh, dude. The first shot he takes, he pukes. If it's rye, especially. And then he'll drink all fucking night and not puke, but just forget how to talk and do other bodily functions.
That was the.
Did you hear him click it?
Yeah, that was the combination night in Hawaii when I took some Dexter Morgan
You remember when he
along with the fifth of whiskey.
he took that, we all took that, and then he's like, he stood up to tell a story. You know, sometimes, and then you go, yeah, and then. And I was dying.
He started making like robot noise, like and started like marching off and shit.
And he like left the room, and then
I didn't
came,
know-
came
yeah.
back, and I was losing my fucking mind. And you're like, "Come on, Nathan, he's really high." I'm like, whatever.
Dude, we used to fucking dose up on that shit, and we'd ask one of us to teach a class. And they'd sit there and they'd try to put together a class, because our whole fucking thing was like, if we didn't have shit to do, they'd be like
Teach class.
yelling at us about not
Spit some
teaching a
fucking
class in our
knowledge.
spare time, so we would fucking trip balls, dude. And one time we got fucking Mitchell. He ran into my room and turned the lights off, and he was like, "This is my fort." He was all under a fucking blanket, like tripping balls, and we were like, "Mitchell, you need to teach us a class." And he fucking got on Microsoft Paint and drew like this shitty ass picture of a fucking squad car and a stop sign.
Morgan Freeman.
And he was like, "This is traffic stop cop traffic, felony stop traffic stop cop," and like it just couldn't, because it scatters you so much, you just can't like put shit together, and you know what you're trying to do, but it's just not happening. It's so fucking crazy.
I was fine. It just fucked up my vision. He lost motor functions. He was just sitting there. And then
Yeah,
go
I
back
think
to it.
the coolest drug story that I have is discovering LSA.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
All right, so
That was an epic journey.
we took a trip to Hawaii, and we get there, and they're like, "All right, you got to go do a bunch of shit in the volcano rock," and we're like 3,000 feet above sea level, can't breathe at all. And so we're doing all this training and shit, and we're in the back of a Humvee one day, and we're going down the road, and it's bumpy as shit. There's dust everywhere, and shit's flying everywhere. And the doc that has been sitting next to me has been talking about all this, like, "Oh man, I wish I wasn't in the Navy. I used to do all kind of shit." So I asked him, you know, hey, does he like the trip? And he's like, "Oh yeah, you ever heard of LSA?" And I'm sitting there bouncing around the fucking Humvee, having this crackpot doctor explain to me how I can take flower seeds and wash the pesticides off in Trip Sack.
Did he have an MD?
Dude, he was a corpsman.
No.
Well, I
That
thought
motherfucker barely graduated high school.
I
probably.
thought maybe he was barred from practicing medicine because he prescribed, you know.
He didn't practice shit except sticking
Plant
people with
seeds.
IVs and giving them shots in the ass when they did the
Yeah.
wrong one.
He could stick a needle in some flesh, and maybe so.
Yeah, but anyway, we get to Hawaii, the Walmart. We're about to leave Hawaii, and me and Miles were like, "All right, we gotta get this shit. We gotta get it right now." So we run in the Walmart and buy like 20 bags of the Morning Glory seeds a piece. We like smuggle them in all of our luggage and shit. We hop on the C-130 and fly to Wake Island. When we get to Wake, we like try to take. We took on what, 300 a piece?
Dude, there was thousands of those seeds sitting there in those
Yeah.
packets. Each packet comes with like
300 and something.
Yeah, like
150, whatever, something.
like
seeds.
150 like really tiny seeds, and it's like cut up tree bark, dude. Like it's so bad. But we didn't know what the potency ratio was because we never got the full story about LSA or
We'd had
Morning
some
Glory
dude
seeds.
screaming at me in the back of a Humvee for an hour.
And so, like, that night, I'm, like, laying in my shitty-ass little rack, and fucking Tyler all fucking sneaks over to me. He's like, "Dude, I found it." As soon as me and Tyler met, we were immediately like, how are we going to get fucked up on something that's not alcohol? So it was a constant pursuit to find, like, drugs that we could take
I tried to
and not
smoke
pop
cough
on a
syrup
piss
out of a
test
cigarette
with.
with Prue at one time.
Yeah.
We lit a cigarette sitting Robitussin. and then we microwaved it to dry it out.
And
And
that's
it went out
how
of smoke pit and it was like pink. We smoked it, it was like all shitty and shit.
Oh my god.
We went
Anyway,
to some extreme lengths.
We took these flower seeds, and we knew that we were going to be stopping again, so we brought like a handle of Jack, and we started tripping a little bit. And I climbed this dude's coconut tree, or somebody climbed a coconut tree.
I think it was you.
And I stole a coconut off this dude's tree in his backyard. Like the only resident of Wake Island.
Wake Island's like the
You
size.
fucked him over.
Wake Island's like
It's the size of this room. There's a hotel in it, and a runway.
Wake Island's no shit like the distance of Sea Ave. Like, it's a landing strip and nothing else, and like 2 people live there.
And a hotel that we have to pay for when we get there to stay at.
Yeah,
$130
yeah,
a night.
so, but anyway,
And it's the
shit.
only place to live. And there's unexploded ordnance everywhere. They're like, okay, you're going to pay.
I was
Oh, yeah.
pissed because I was like, this is the only hotel that's not, underwater. You can't just price gouge us because we showed up here. These shitty ass rooms are like $150 a night, and it had to come out of pocket from us.
It was like a cot and an old recliner from the 50s and a box TV.
Why were you there?
Because
we were in
weren't forced
transit. We had to stop and fuel
Oh, okay.
because we were traveling across
Okay.
the ocean.
to.
So, but it was those fucking
Are you
seats,
leaving?
dude. Thousands. Thousands.
We're still recording.
Oh yeah. We were recording hours before you showed up.
Shut up. Okay, don't act like I had any say in that. Are those lights? Menthols, ultralights?
No?
What is that?
Camel?
What is it?
Brush?
Yeah. Mind if I get one of those?
Yeah.
So, we roasted up a coconut, took shots of Jack out of it on Wake Island together, and then we were tripping a little bit. We got the wrong seeds.
No.
They didn't have the potency that we had wanted.
Did you use all of them?
Yeah, we used it all. So we got back to Okinawa, and the taste of those things is awful. It tastes like an aluminum can. If you could just imagine that. But we got back to Okinawa, and we go to the store, and I get on Amazon, I figure out that there's these other seeds you can get. They're called Morning Glory. No, they're Hawaiian Baby Woodrose seeds. My roommate Pruitt actually really blazed the trail on this one. He was dead set on getting these motherfuckers. And he ordered them, he told his mom he ordered them for a girlfriend because he wanted to
Impress her with his garden.
His impress her with his
Japanese
Japanese flower garden, and she bought it. They shipped them to us in an envelope.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
And they got there, and these guys had just been in the most rigorous barbell training exercise known to Okinawa for like a week and a half. I skipped out on it because I wanted to shoot instead. And they get back, and they're like, oh, an ashtray.
I bought that for him. Rammstein. For his birthday.
Okay.
True story. Well, it's nice, isn't it?
It is very nice.
I have good taste.
Goddamn right, it's
You
fun.
do have good taste. You damn right it does.
And that was in like 2000.
Wellness.
That was in like 2007, so it's like $72 now.
But we ordered the new seeds and they came. And I really pushed these guys into taking them with me because I wanted to trip. I was fine. I had been rested and hydrated. If anything was to happen bad, it wasn't happening to me. That's what I thought going into this. And I was fucking wrong. We ate 50 a piece because they're bigger. And they fucked me up pretty bad.
What happened?
I went into a seizure.
Like a seizure, or
Cramps.
Like
my
where?
whole body ceased.
His I don't know. He was laying on the bed and his arms locked up like this, and he was trying to I don't know if he was trying to say words or not, but the only sound that came out was. And I was tripping hard. Like, I didn't realize because we had so many failed attempts
Who
before.
watched the videotape?
Yeah, this.
Like, we'd had so many failed attempts in the past of eating these thousands of little ass seeds that we didn't know how well the big ones would work. So we were just like, let's just fucking take like 15. And we just fucking chewed them up. And it was like
I'm gonna slamming orange juice.
It was like dropping 2 hits of acid. Like we were tripping. And I was not ready for that because like I just figured it would be another failed attempt, and I was just like, fuck, whatever. I'm about to go to bed. I've been in the jungle, literally clawing my way up mountains for like 13 hours prior to this. And like I finally showered for the first time in 2 weeks, and like all this stuff, and my muscles are still super dehydrated. Like they cramp if I move my hand around and shit. Like, so I wasn't expecting it to work out, and I actually left them. I went in the other room and laid down, and I was laying there like about to fall asleep, and dude, it just fucking kicked in, and I was like, and my roommate was playing fucking. He was watching some ridiculous movie.
Apocalypse Now.
It was like it was old. It was like Heat or some shit. And I was like, what the fuck? And I went back in to join them, and like Tyler was having a great time, and then all out of nowhere, he fucking was laying on his bed, and dude, he just.
I'll tell you what caused it. I had a few events that led to me having a horrible trip. First, Taco Bell. We bought Taco Bell prior to the trip. And orange juice. We prepared. Like, well, if we get hungry, we're going to need something to snack on. There's nothing there at nighttime. You got to get it ahead of time. There's a shitty vending machine with burritos. But anyway, we put all that in the fridge, which is a Taco Bell, really. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
But so we go out we do all that shit, and I just got done having that freak out, and the initial freak out let up, and I was like, all right, well, I'm having a good time. All right, cool. Pretty hungry. Went on the fridge. I took one bite out of a burrito from Taco Bell, and it felt like I had ate a 7-course meal and was disgusted with myself. I looked down at it, and it was like moving and shit. And I'm like, so I like balled it up, threw it in the fridge, and slammed the door. I ran in the bathroom and got down on my knees in front of the toilet, and I puked. And I looked, and there was nothing in the toilet, and I was like, oh, that's terrible. So I looked at the toilet paper, and it went right down on the floor. And I was like, yep, I'm tripping hard. So I tried to take a shit. Because you know me here, I got panicked and got a shit. I was like, holy shit, I'm tripping, I got a shit. So I sat down and I started taking this shit. And dude, it was horrible. I shit for like 15 minutes. It was gruesome. And I saw it. Like, I saw it. I swear I did.
In your mind's
And I
eye.
wiped, and there was nothing there. And I got up, there's nothing in the toilet.
You strained for 15
And
minutes.
that's probably why I got a hemorrhoid.
Dude, I knew we were tripping hard when I fucking walked into the bathroom to take a piss, and I looked over at the toilet paper roll, and it went and just ran down the
You
wall.
too?
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
just like, oh my god. I was like, we took a lot, didn't we?
Dude.
And I was like, cool.
And a previous time, we had been able to move my wall, sitting there looking at it. Well, I thought so anyway. You didn't really. But anyway, it was just a bad night. I started tripping really hard, and my roommate is a raging alcoholic. You got to understand his take on things. He doesn't care about me
Makes it well known.
or anyone else but him. His interest is the only thing that fucking matters. He got lost looking at a painting for like 20 minutes. We had to go find him. Remember that?
Yeah.
He got lost in the hallway. Doing that
It
shit.
was in the hallway, in the public.
Like,
staring
wide
at this
open,
picture on the wall.
Staring at this random
Tripping
picture.
sack, dude. Like, all the fucking sergeants and shit are just like that live in the barracks also need that hallway to get to their rooms and shit.
Was it
So
a 3D
it's-
painting? I can
No, it was
Yeah.
just a picture.
It was a picture of some Marines doing some shitty training.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Somebody miserable somewhere that we knew.
Yeah. And all their
They
faces,
hung-
there's
they
no
hung-
smiles.
They hung
like,
pictures of us being miserable
in our barracks.
in our barracks.
Nice.
Like,
And that
oh,
was
there's
supposed to be
Giannis crawling under barbed wire, cut and bleeding and
Yeah.
covered in mud.
Look, you can almost see the tears in his eyes as
Look
he
at that.
as he takes out that barbed wire
Look how
cage.
motivating that is to me to fucking go out and
Yeah.
train. You know? God damn it.
Fucking razor wire outside. That place was a prison, dude.
Dude, it was. There was a hole in the gate. And everybody like rumored about. They're like, there's a hole in the gate.
That was a
Get out.
big deal, dude. That was a big deal.
That one dude tried to jump the gate that night. We had to go get him.
Because if you missed curfew, you weren't getting back on base, man. You had to find a way, and the best way was to fucking hop a fence.
But anyway,
Try not to cut your dick off.
I'm losing my mind here, and me and him started playing music that night. But I'm singing and he's playing the guitar. It was like a role reversal thing. It was really weird. We recorded it and it was just a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, and the next day was terrible.
So we had to instantly
It was all like
delete
bing. It was like all ridiculous. We were tripping hard, you know.
It was stupid.
But I did feel quite a sense of triumph because we had been trying to find something to make us trip.
I
No
never
shit
wanted to do
trip
it again.
for like months, dude.
Because as soon as I got to the worst point, you know that dark door in the back of your head and all that shit's in there and it's like, don't open. Well, I opened it. And when I did, he's like, all right, buddy, see you. I'm going to bed.
Which lasted all of 33
I'm like-
seconds before he burst in my room and sat on my bed and was like, dude, talk to me. I was like, I just spent
He just
2
shut up,
weeks in
man.
a jungle.
He just shut the fuck up and went to sleep right there, and I'm sitting in a strange room with a Puerto Rican playing Xbox, and him passed out. I'm just like, my alcoholic roommate is completely dead to the world.
Yeah,
He's awake, but not really.
it's just not there.
He's on his laptop doing the shit that he likes to do. And if you grab his last beer out of the fridge, it's gonna be your hand. So I was in a bad spot, man, and I was contemplating like, am I real?
Am I dead right now?
These guys don't care about me. They're gonna tell on me. They got me fucked up on purpose. This was an investigation. Like,
It's all part of an undercover sting.
They're busting me, man. Like all this, you start thinking all this shit. Like the lamp looks like it's a suspect. But I had this cool flag above my bed, and I had black lights all in my room, and the flag started like merging into itself. It was my state flag.
Yeah, we tripped out the room before we had anything to trip with. It was like
Yeah.
all these like
I
cool
ordered
ass
like
trippy
hundreds of
posters,
dollars of trip shit offline and like stapled it to my walls.
fucking black lights, glow sticks, everything you could have, and then we just didn't have the
covered
product.
the entire
We just
room.
needed something to trip on.
The entire room I covered
Finally
in
paid
guitar
off.
magazines.
And then
Oh,
I got
yeah?
like 3 more solid trips out of it
Every
with
time.
different people. And then the last time I tried to do it, man, I've eaten so many. The taste, I just puke it out. Even if I get it down and it never touches my tongue, the fact that I know it's in my stomach makes me. I just puke it
I
out.
want to puke just thinking about it.
I couldn't do
It's
it.
a weak constitution.
But the
Dude, here's the thing about it though. There's a natural pesticide on the seeds, so
wash
it makes you sick. It's supposed to make you sick. The only thing that saves you is you're gonna feel sick as fuck for like the first 30 minutes. The only thing that saves you is the high overrides the sickness, and then you don't notice it anymore.
So
So if you don't take enough, you're just gonna be sick. Like that's it, and it's
So
gonna
you-
suck ass.
You pop, basically.
Yeah, kind of.
Sick, maybe you vomit, and then you're tripping balls.
And then you're tripping balls. It's not that bad. It's a lot like LSD, only a little more fluid. It's pretty cool.
I don't know. I did it
I don't
a
think
couple
I'll ever be
times
able to
after
do it
that,
again.
and I'll
because
never
I
do it
can't keep
again.
it
I'll tell you
down.
that.
Fair enough, yeah.
I did it in a trailer with no air conditioning in the summer in North Carolina with a mosquito-infested fucking shithole surrounded by German shepherds who like to bark all night and a Mexican who likes to trip out and a fat redneck in some guy's trailer that I didn't know.
I will never understand why you thought it was a good idea to trip in that trail.
I don't know. I thought so many things.
Like, I wish I'd have been there and you
But
had suggested it
wasn't
to me,
it
so
funny?
I could have been like, no, absolutely not.
My buddy Grogan asked me where the remote was one time when I was on that shit. And I panicked and freaked out.
Well, in all fairness, he did have 6
He had like
remotes.
6 remotes, okay, and I'm tripping sack. And the TV's not working, which is a bad thing. They're like arguing and plugging in wires and ripping out cords and stripping shit. And I'm just like, we need to get something going, guys, quick. Real quick.
And
Dingo looks at me and
is
is like, dude, I can't take it, and goes and vomits. And I'm like, fuck. Grogan's like, Craver, hit input 2, and I was like, I can't see it, man! Because there was 6 remotes there, and they all had like 1,000 buttons. It looked like a NASA space station. And I was just like, fuck you, dude, and like ran away into the dark room with Dingo and sat in the corner until it worked again.
Oh my god.
I always was the extreme.
Is it okay out there?
The scrub's on!
Tell me scrub's on!
Luckily,
We
Grog
woke up
wasn't
every
doing that.
time we did that though. The fire alarm went off in Japan the next morning. Think about
That's
it,
true.
because the first time we got caught is when Speed got caught with the dildo.
What? We didn't get caught with shit.
No. The first time, oh, we didn't get caught. The first time that we got caught, that fire alarm woke us up. Our fucking idiot. She was sweet.
She had a great personality.
She had good. she had good intentions.
She had no business being her rank
no.
in a field unit, and she realized that. But
She almost burnt the barracks.
she was
down
making waffles in the
pancakes.
morning
Yeah.
while we had just been tripping all night, and we
I love my
finally
unit.
blacked the fuck out in an alcohol coma in like a 3-day drunk high trip session, and it's like Sunday morning at like 7 a.m. and the fire alarm goes off, and I'm like, what happened? And she had been cooking waffles, and the waffle maker or pancake, whatever she was cooking, went off, and the firemen went in there we all had formation. I'm freaking out. I'm like in my pajamas and shit, wondering what's going on, and the fire people go in there and look at it or whatever, and there's a giant dildo sitting by the waffle maker on the fucking dresser.
Like close to it. Like, and he like comes out and he's like, well, he's like holding it. He's like, well, we found out what started the fire. It was the waffle maker. And like the guy's holding the fucking dildo in his hand. And he walked back in the room. I was like, oh my god, Speed.
So much horrible shit happened in that barracks. Like you throwing Libreras out.
Oh yeah, I chucked that bitch through a window, dude. I thought for sure I was about to get face fucked by Ro that night.
Yeah. Have you ever woke up doing what put you under? I woke up from a spice trip smoking spice 3 times. Exactly. No. Like, dude, we were so fucked up that night. I had like 7 chemicals in me,
Oh,
which were all legal and like over the counter, but we abused them.
we had. What? All right. What all did we
He used
take?
the
that
shit out
night?
of those
Dude, there is. Grogan had blown his hand off at the time, and
Yeah.
I like copped some shit off of him, with like Percocet or something.
Assload of perks, assload of Lyrica,
And
assload of booze.
Bremner comes over and he's like, "Hey man, I got some spice," and I was like, "Faggot!" Like, I climbed out of my window, and he had this thing that looked like a cigarette. We're like, all 3 of us huddled under the stairwell. We're like, "This is the safest spot. They'll never think we're here." It looks so sketchy in 3rd person.
Dude, little did I know how stuck we would get.
Yeah, we'd be so stuck, dude. I'm thinking about it now. But I got high as shit, and like I climbed through my window, I said nigger for 20 minutes, rocked in the fetal position, and like came to a little bit, but was still really fucked up. And Brendan was like, let's get another one. And I don't remember him saying that. I woke up when the lighter hit that shit. And I was like, fuck. I woke up playing pool in the upstairs of barracks like 2 hours later. And I was like, holy shit. And Brendan's like, hey buddy, come in another one in the bathroom. I'm like, I don't want to. And then I woke up at like 4 a.m. in the smoke pit sitting up against the wall, and I was like,
The fuck happened?
what the fuck happened last night? And I went to sleep.
Dude, that was a wild night.
It was a wild night.
Did you ever find out what you did when you blacked out?
Yeah, I asked Lear. I played a bunch of pool.
Oh.
Oh.
I'll never forget the time that we got so fucked up, dude. Lear was like, dude, come in here. He was standing in your doorway, and I walked in there, and you were fucking ass out, like planking the fucking toilet in the bathroom, like ass naked, yo, completely unconscious.
I had my socks on, I think.
Yeah.
So I
Planking the toilet, just complete. I was like, how does that even happen? He was like perfectly balanced, and, like, so crazy, dude. Completely unconscious. I was like, well, I guess we should take care of him. In bed. That was fucking wild.
Yeah, I get naked, dude. She made me a sandwich one night when I got fucked up.
He yelled at me too.
I was like, I fucking hate him. I took him threw in the trash can. I was like, God damn it! What are you doing? My whole family like left the.
So you got naked because you hate ham.
No, I got naked because tequila.
He always
Oh.
gets naked.
And then he hates him.
And he laid in fetal position for like 4 hours straight.
Do you love me? Am I a good brother?
Jesus.
Will you make me something to eat?
Like go full
I hate him!
That's exactly how it was, I'm sure.
It's so dysfunctional.
I like have a
love
video of me
slapper.
playing guitar and then just crying afterwards. They
Have
tried to
that
take it away,
video?
I was like,
That's the only thing that understands me!
dude, I got so drunk with you at St. Patty's Day that I was like, all right, Mobs, if I win this last beer race, we're going home.
Oh,
And he's like, all right. I was like, I mean it. It was like 7 p.m. That's how drunk we were. We had, as soon as I got to that place, I slammed alcohol until I couldn't move. And I took the beer and he started drinking. I just went, dumped it all in my lap, dude. In the middle of a bar. In the middle of a bar.
And I'm like seriously trying to win. And I can't see what's happening. So I'm like, getting this fucking beer, dude. And he's like, psh, and just looks at me. And I finally choke it all down. And I'm like, ugh, because we've had like 93 Guinnesses that day. And I fucking slam it down. I'm like, what's up? And I look at his shit and it's completely empty. And I was just like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, whatever. He beat me, so we went to fucking leave. And I don't know who was it, Dingo or Alan? Somebody fucking like dove into a bush and like just stayed there.
No, it was me when I got back to the barracks because we had puked the whole way home. I got to the smoke pit, lit up a cigarette, and jumped in the bush and laid there for hours.
It was fucking wild.
That's
We
same-
started
same
drinking.
times.
Been there.
St. Patrick's Day in Japan is a huge deal. They have a parade. They have fucking,
Which is really
like,
surprising.
Because
This-
of all the Irish in Japan.
This Irishman flies into Japan just to open his bar
Yeah,
one day a
I'll
year
take
there.
this.
That's how much money he
There's
makes.
not a bathroom.
Like, it's a big
Can he
deal.
use that bathroom? A real man don't need no explanation.
Terrible.
You should have killed him when you had the chance. Now he's fucking all your wives. The Amazon man, he comes home when you're not there.
Who is that?
Yeah, that's Sean Connery.
Sean.
You're a shitty voice in person.
That was not Sean Connery at all. That was the old farmer on South Park. You know the episode where they try to.
So you're talking about the old farmer on Pet Cemetery?
Oh yeah, it's my interpretation of that interpretation.
Do you know that was
What does he say?
the #1 movie the week that I was born?
Really?
Yeah.
It does not matter who we are. What matters is our plan.
I know what you're thinking of doing.
Hey, who wants to go to the clock?
Absolutely not.
Fuck you guys, by the way.
What's wrong with
What?
you?
Why?
I can't even say that because I really tried to.
I
were
really
super
tried
into
to
it.
tell you not to do that.
You did, but you were drunk and I wasn't taking your advice.
Good point.
Because usually
What,
not.
did you get the awesome 3-ounce steak or
No, I got the awesome fucking
the baby chicken
ham and
wings?
cheese omelet.
He got actually when it
And I
came
got
to
my
the
hash
table.
browns with gravy on them, which I didn't know, but
Hash browns
cream of
with
mushroom
gravy.
soup is gravy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
When it came to the table,
Add
you're
some
like, well,
sausage.
this
and,
looks great. I'm super excited that we came here. Thank you, Nathan. And then after 2 bites, you're like, you're a fucking piece of shit. I should never trust any of Jacob's friends.
I put $20 on the table and left. You remember that? I didn't even get change. I just walked outside and vomited.
I just
Or tried
he
to.
did vomit after walking outside.
It was that
That's
bad, dude.
disgusting.
That place was
So
that
you-
bad.
That was
I
actually the
don't wanna go
worst
back
meal
out.
I've
You
ever
gonna
had.
take
at
her?
the club.
No,
No.
no, you don't do that to loved ones. A bowl is out.
I've done it.
There's the bullet in
I've
the
done it to
kitchen.
every single one of my loved ones.
Huh?
That's the thing you do.
Take them to
What's
the
that
clock.
disease you get if you eat shit? That's why I'm not taking her there.
Craver
Mad
syndrome?
cows.
I know.
That was my first meal.
Posting
when I moved
weirditis.
in. What's the clock?
Oh, I'm so
We
sorry.
rolled in at like 2 o'clock in the morning. My mom's like, "Oh, the clock's still here."
No one
I'm
can say
amazed
that.
no one's bulldozed it without authorization.
No one can say that with a happy little jingle in their voice.
She was very happy.
When I drove through visiting, I said, "Oh fuck, the clock's still here."
Somebody needs to walk in there and burn sage just to try to get everything out of there. Put, mirrors in the windows.
Constantine needs to go in there.
Into the
Which,
light.
by the way, they're making that a show. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That's gonna
But
be
they're doing,
horrible.
they're
Oh,
doing
I'm
the,
so excited.
they're doing the comic book Hellraiser, not the movie with Keanu Reeves.
Hey, by the way, the Eric Andre show is great, and he's a faggot for telling you it's not.
Eric Andre's bullshit. And fuck you.
Fuck you.
I learned that.
Burn up.
I learned that the episode where he starts fucking with anybody that might be watching that show and tripping balls. where he walks up to the microphone and wind starts blowing and he starts doing like, ooh. And then it cuts to fucking, what's his name?
Hannibal.
Hannibal. And he goes like this on his face and it all turns red, and then he goes like this on his face and it's all back to normal. Like, you can't do this to people in a 15-minute show.
Yes, you can.
You need warning. Warning,
that
sir.
show starts out perfectly
No, it does not.
every time.
It's
He
a
destroys
terrible
his entire
fucking show.
set, and it makes me happy.
It's a terrible show. Fuck that show.
You
I
gotta
was
admit,
always impressed by the opening. I was.
it's awesome. It's great.
I liked how chaotic that was.
There's a good
And they
episode.
have, you know, they have
Look forward
A-list
to that.
celebrities too.
Yeah, they do.
You can't even look past them. And the musical acts, come on, to die for.
To die for. Simply divine.
So terrible.
Let's go to music for a second, Post. You been slapping that bass?
Slap
Slap
the
the
bass. Yeah.
Slap the bass.
Tastes like slap bass and purple.
That was my interpretation of Jack and
Coke.
No, it was Jack and Dr. Pepper.
Was it?
Yeah, because that's what Rachel used to drink, and she made
So
it
you've
for
been
me.
listening to more metal?
It tastes like slap bass and purple.
Yeah, a little bit more.
That's the night I busted that window.
No,
which
I'm
is
not going to
still
talk
busted.
about it because I'll just
Is
look
it?
like
And
a
that's
loser.
the night that,
Oh,
that's the night that
When I say what I've been
Rachel
listening
drove,
to.
What?
but she
I got
couldn't
time.
back out, so Jacob
No,
drove the
no,
shit,
no,
had
go
to
on.
back out.
Like drove
It's your
between
opinion. Go
the
ahead.
basketball
Yeah.
hoop and the
Oh,
pumpkin
yeah.
box.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to
Yeah,
go with
and I
you
get to
guys.
edit
and
it out.
refused to leave. I'm fine on the lawn.
Or we
Make
can
it
talk
work.
about
Just
it.
leave.
Whatever. Rachel,
I'm
get out of
loving
here.
it.
Are you coming down here so we can start a band?
There's things in the work.
He just bought a house, so.
Okay.
Like a fool.
Like an entire house.
Oh, because I thought you had a
With a
plan
30-year
to come down here.
mortgage.
Oh, just 30? That's smart.
He should have done 15.
Smart.
Oh, just 30?
15.
Well, it leaves
That's
you a
pretty
buffer.
aggressive.
You could you get the 30 and you shoot for 15.
It's a nice house, though,
It
man.
leaves you that.
I could
buffer
live in that
Yeah.
house.
To where like that month comes.
I mean, I
along
could
and
live in
we're
that
going
house for a
forward.
while.
It's all
I have
good.
no
You're way
problem.
ahead.
Yeah.
And plus, when I get the bar set up how I wanted to in the jam spot and recording, I'm not
When are
even
you guys
gonna
going to
leave.
build that for me?
What'd you say?
Yeah, like as soon as you guys finance all the acoustic tiles and pay for the spruce bar top that I want, you know.
Yeah, once you guys do all that, I think it'd be a pretty nice house. And
Cherry red, I want at least 6 tappers.
Yeah, oak. I really like oak.
No, we've been saving. Me and my buddies have been saving Copenhagen lids since we were like.
It's a gay as fuck. Fuck you, Dave.
They're really cool. We have like 400 of them.
Yeah,
And it's gonna be
Alabama.
bar
I
top.
got
I'm
it.
gonna put a guitar in there and some lights and shit in the bar.
Because he likes guitars, and he plays guitar.
Yeah, I do
And
that.
that defines him as a person.
And Copenhagen. You have a Tarango. Fuck you.
Charango, alright.
Say it right.
No,
It's a wonderful
because I can't play it.
It's
Doesn't
a
matter if I can say it right.
It's a wonderful Andean instrument full of culture, life, and heritage.
Yeah, but you can't sweep on it.
You got something against Indians? Is that
Probably
it?
could.
No, I just have something against the Tarango.
Which is an Indian instrument.
I don't find
It is.
appealing.
I'm kind of feeling like you got something against the First Nation.
Listen to me.
Boom.
Listen to me.
How many times do you
I
hear the
love
First
curry.
Nation in a day?
You love curry?
Never.
The same people? You're talking about the other fuckers.
No, people got here and was like,
Because
"You're
they're not Indians.
No, we're not Indians. Nah!
You're Indian.
You're Indians.
I didn't know who you were talking about.
Hence my terminology, First Nation.
Alright. So you're talking about the corn pickers.
It's called maize, motherfucker.
Yeah, we don't have corn anymore. White people came along and ruined corn. And
You
turned it
know,
into maize.
actually, corn is 93% of all farming, and we can't eat most of it. Only like 0.5% is what we get, which is sweet corn. Most of it is field corn, and we make cloves and corn syrup and
Ethanol.
yeah, ethanol. That's a huge one. That's like 60% of the market.
Yeah.
I'm just not,
That's why Mexican
I'm not,
cash
I'm not
cropping is,
appreciating your native hate. You know,
Yeah.
You know what?
There's a lot of native
I'm
hate
really
going
not.
out of this
God.
you're making me feel pretty unwanted
Again?
No.
at this moment. I'm feeling pretty unwanted.
He just
well.
has to pee, and he's taking this
Yeah.
as a dramatic
He's
accent.
he's looking for
But for real, fuck
reason.
you.
fuck you.
Hey,
I could fall on those stairs and try
It could
to
be
fall
way
on
more
Jake.
dramatic.
you can't say
Trying
you
not
can't
to step
throw,
on your
you can't
foot
throw my
right
name in there because then it's
You're doing
really
a pretty good
personal.
job.
Good. Can I call you? Oh no, there's some shit that fell.
Was it anything
It's a
cool?
bottle. It's empty.
Didn't shatter. This is a hope.
Oh, that's because it was the cans. Look, it was the cans. That's fine.
I'm gonna take advantage of this moment while we have it.
So where does this go? Does it like go on the radio or?
Ramen
Yep,
chicken.
straight to the radios.
That's awesome.
You lit?
So yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Tell me, Mom, when you see a little girl on that slab,
Looking for
where
that
will
kid.
it tickle you?
Apparently he's on antidepressants and he didn't take his meds, so he fucking cut himself and ran out into the woods. So
Okay.
that's all I was
This
looking
kid?
for was a body yesterday.
Yeah.
Never found it.
You want a manhunt?
It'd be an interesting way to kill
This shit
yourself.
sucks, doesn't it?
Split your wrist and then run
Yeah.
until you, like a deer be.
Let's get that heart rate up. See if we can
And
bleed
they're like,
out.
have you seen a kid named Tyler? Tyler who? Like, you don't know him. Okay.
We don't talk about him.
There's a.
White kid, run around in his underwear.
Oh, he was in his underwear.
I had to look for this kid for 2 days
Maybe
one
I
time
didn't see him.
That's the other reason why I
in
was
North
looking.
Carolina. And that little bastard, he took off his shoes before he ran. I've already had previous encounters with this little fucker. And he was a juvenile, but he was a little prick about it. Like, he'd come into the hospital and be like, I'm going to kill myself.
About being young.
And I'd have to sit with him.
I was. Best people
And
off. What are you gonna do? Hit me? I'm
He
under
would,
18.
he would cuss me out.
Not anymore.
Tell me I was a piece of
I never
shit, rental cop, I wasn't a real Marine, all this fucking shit. I just sit there over him. And his mom came in, cussed me out, told me I was a piece of shit. Man, speaking my chain of command. Wanted to know why he was going to protective services when he's got cuts all over him. And I was like, you can't go near him. And she's like, I'm going right now. I was like, no, you're not.
You're
No,
mistaken about
you're
that.
not at all going down.
I will. I'm
I'll
certain that you
fuck
will
you
not.
up. And, you know, I had to get my chief up there. It was just the civilian guy. But anyway, the same kid decided to run one night. He ran. He hit his stepdad, who's a gunny, and took off to the woods. Well, we go looking for this little bastard, and I had a new guy with me that had just came to the platoon, and I was just like, just stay with me, please, because it's gonna be fucked up. My flashlight's dead. It's 30 degrees.
None of our equipment
It's the middle of the
works.
night. Your flashlight's dying.
Long story short, he shot that kid dead.
No.
Okay.
That would have been so awesome.
No fucking service on any of the cell phones. And we found this road in the middle of fuck nowhere, bumfuck Camp Lejeune. And like 2 units are out there, and this canine dude pulls up. He's like, I got my dog. I was like, cool. Bring him. He's like, it's too cold. I'm like, you fucking kidding me? He's a dog. He's a German
Wow.
Shepherd. He has hair and shit. Fuck. And he's like, no, I'm just gonna go. So we're walking down the road, following these barefoot footprints or whatever, and we fucking get to the middle of the woods. Dude, we walked for like an hour and a half in the thickest woods. I shit you not. So thick that the only place to walk was like this tall. You had like crouch and shit. And like, we went in behind the PX on, Stone Street.
Yeah.
All right, and we looped back to the left and looped all the way around. I fell in a creek.
We're talking about an area that's a good,
7 to 8 miles.
like
Pure woods.
impassable woods.
Dense woods. And there's 3 dudes out there. Me, my partner, and the canine dude. The other 2 units stay back. And I called one of them and I was like, hey man, we're way out here. And we just got a fight in progress in our patrol zone. Because we came out to look for this because it was the middle of the week and nothing ever happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hey man, honk your horn and turn your sirens on and see how the fuck I can get out of here. And he did. We didn't hear shit.
Ooh.
I was like, oh my god.
It's like, yeah, it's going off right now.
Oh my god. And no service, so I'm on the radio and I'm like, alright, well we can't hear you. So I keep walking forward and all
Time
of a
to put
sudden,
those land nav skills to
dude,
use.
I fell waist deep in 30-something degree weather into a creek. My gun soaked. All my gear soaked. I thank God I left my cell phone. It was dead anyway. No charge or service or something. Robinson wasn't so lucky. Me and those 2 fell in this creek. Still thick-ass woods. Snakes probably under the logs and shit staying warm. And I'm just losing my mind walking through this fucking creek. Completely soaked. Pissed. Looking for this little motherfucker. I followed broken limbs, little footprints in the mud and shit all the way up to this point. And I'm just furious. The dog is too cold. I'm dying because it's 30 degrees and I'm in a fucking creek.
And so,
And I just looked up and I was like, why? Why the fuck am I here right now?
And then you realized, I
I
just
did
smoked
this.
salvia.
No.
Boom.
So I'm
I've been in my
following.
living room the whole
So
time.
I start hearing a dog. And the canine guy is a fucking moron. It's like, oh, that's my dog. I know his bark. And he starts trudging through. And I was like, all right, cool, man. So I go behind him. And I get ahead of him, actually, at one point. I go out of the woods and we're in a neighborhood. The fucking Heroes Manor.
Oh my.
Way the fuck. Our car is like 7 miles this way. I'm covered in sweat, wet, but it's freezing. And I'm just like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened. And I look back for my partner, and as soon as I see him, this idiot dog handler moves a branch and it slaps him in the face, and knocks him back in the creek.
Oh my god.
And I was just like, we need a ride. We need a ride right now. I'm a bad cop.
Oh my
Like,
goodness.
so they come and scoop us up, and we were sitting in the back of the cop car. We stink like shit. We've been in a creek, you know. And the canine dude is just so stoked to be living. He's like, hey guys, you want to get some Wendy's after this in the morning for breakfast? I'm just like, don't fucking look at me. Like, my staff sergeant, I had to meet him at the main gate, and he's like, you look like shit. I was like, yeah, I do. Me and Dick Nozzle have been all through the fucking God's damn earth looking at this little shithead, and he's like, oh, he turned himself in.
Never got the traffic.
Enraged. So I go home and shower, and the next day I come into work early, and my buddy Martin was going to that kid's house,
Oh,
and they wouldn't let me
yes.
go. I wanted to go so bad, but Martin said that the kid answered the door, and he's like, you followed my footprints for a while, didn't you? I was just being a little smart ass, and I just wanted to just answer the door and strangle that motherfucker. Just beat him in the
In
face.
front of his mother.
And be like, you know what you fucking put me through, you little fucking cocksucker? Like, I was furious.
They really do. They treat those kids that live on base like gold, man.
Yeah,
Like,
little
if anything
fucking
happens
bastards.
with them, if they come through, like let's say their dad or whatever is like a really high-ranking person on the base, like they'll come through, some little punk 16-year-old kid, and like demand a salute because it's his dad's car, and you're like, no, faggot.
And then
Yeah.
you get a phone call like 10 minutes later, be like, why didn't you salute the sergeant major of the Marine Corps? Or
Yeah.
fucking, or
Yeah.
like the colonel.
Why,
It's like,
why didn't you salute that person? Because they're a civilian? Like,
I gave a captain a ticket one time, and I didn't know it was his wife. And he and her and like another high-ranking officer came up and started to like tried to punk out PMO. And we were like, no! You can't punk out a legal system. Get out of it.
this is the
you're rank.
caliber of ego that these people
Like, yeah,
have.
and
once
yet,
they get
and
to a
yet
certain
they,
rank,
and yet
like-
they NJP people for drinking underage in their barracks room. But your wife's gonna be flying down the road on a cell phone with a kid not strapped in the seat, with an open container going like 70. You know, and you're bitching to get her out of it. Where do you get off? You know. And that whole cop system was flawed. A lot of the times I didn't work. I just went to the playground. Me and George. No. It was in the middle of the
Weird.
night. I worked night shift, okay? But what we would do is
separates work and pleasure, you know
they
what I'm
had
saying?
got his own
the
video
time,
camera.
the time gap is really a
Playground.
big thing here. No, but we would just go. They had a zip line, and we would like zip line in full gear. And when we would hit the ground, we'd roll and draw,
Oh,
like got flashlights out and shit, and like clear the little houses, little plastic ones. And, like,
That's awesome.
and this is like 3 or 4 in the morning, and on TT, the housing area.
Why don't we train
Imagine
here?
going outside and seeing a cop rolling off a zip line and drawing, or like Groucho walking to a little plastic house.
oh
clearing.
my god.
It was so funny, dude. You get so bored that, you know, I drank one of those peanut butter bacon milkshakes one night from Sonic because it was free. I used to get free food from all the restaurants.
How's that?
Exhausting. Like you saw, I'd come home and chug a bottle of liquor and pass out.
Now, how's the peanut butter bacon?
Oh, it was awful.
Awful?
Surprisingly, it's not that bad, but like once you think about what you're doing to yourself, it's awful. The taste is bearable. You're like, hey, it's not peanut
had
butter I
chocolate
like,
covered
bacon I
bacon.
like. But you think about, what the fuck am I eating? I don't even know what this is. This isn't real bacon. This is bacon with salt. Sucking it down through a straw.
Bacon
Not
powder.
hang with that.
That was an interesting job being a cop on base. And even though it was on base, it made me realize one thing. I never want to be a regular cop. Because you get blamed for everything. You're expected to do everything. You can't do anything. and
You don't have the authority to do
and
any
people
of
who
the
you
things.
think have your back that you know you don't really know that well until some shit gets tested. and then you realize that they just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I got attacked by 2 German shepherds, and my partner locked the car door.
Oh, what?
Swopes.
I could see Swopes doing that.
He said he was trying to park the car. He's lying. He slumped. We almost hit 2 German shepherds going like 40 through the neighborhood. And I was like, whoa, slam on brakes. And he fucking locked them up. And I got out and I was like, I'm going to try to round these dogs up. Not thinking because I'm a fucking idiot. Let me try to round 2 German shepherds up. I don't speak German. Okay, and even if I did, they're not going to listen to me. They're going to eat me. So I get out of the car, and I'm walking in the yard with this flashlight, and all of a sudden, the 2 hellhounds, Cerebus and fucking Ulysses, I don't even know their names, but it sounds fitting. They came up, and they're just like, rah! And I reached for my gun, and this is the saddest thing I've ever said. When you reach for a weapon and know that you can't pull it because of legal repercussions.
You can kill dogs, right?
I reached for my gun, and I instantly thought, paperwork is worse than the ass chewing I will receive here presently.
A literal ass chewing.
Literal. Not even fucking with it. And I had just lost my baton, so I had that cheap one that was chrome.
Oh,
You remember?
my God.
And I lost my military baton, so I had to go get this one that was chrome. You expanded it. It looked like ghetto.
That's hilarious.
And I was like, "Get it back, nigga!" Like, I was like about to hit this fucking dog with a baton, and the owner said some shit in German, and they came back, and I was like, "There's a leash law for a reason." Put my baton away and like hauled ass to the car. And I got in. I was like, "You just sit there.
He just stood there.
You just fucking sit there." And he was laughing. He had the camera pointed. He was like, I was parking the car. I was like, I almost got eaten, and you fucking sat there. Dude, it's horrible.
Swopes is just that kind of guy.
He was my partner, man. He was my partner on my first traffic stop, and it was a guy shitting in the Rubbermaid container.
Yeah.
That was my first traffic stop, okay? A grown man shitting in a Rubbermaid container when I walk up to the window. I'm not fucking with you.
That's
hey, what's up?
hilarious.
Like, we got a call for a suspicious vehicle in housing. It was this little shitty green and blue and gray and every other fucking color Isuzu pickup. It looked like it was from '87 and someone beat it with a battle lot times.
Okay. So what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass?
Yeah. And it was right next to that abandoned, like, it was just getting built, a housing, you know. When you go into...
within the construction area?
No, it was not. It
wasn't on TT?
It was not on TT. It was on the one way over there.
Oh, Midway Park?
Midway, yeah. So it was right there at that stop sign, that first stop sign.
Okay.
So we pull up, and I was like, all right, Swopes, what do you want me to do? And I was driving. He was like, all right, well, you approach the driver. You know, the camera's on, everything's good. I was like, all right, this is my first traffic stop. I was real nervous, you know. I got like my notebook and all my shit I'm supposed to have as a good officer. Looking good to shine my badge. First day on work. High hopes. Really trying to make an impression. And I walk up to the window. I notice that the passenger of the vehicle, not the driver, is laying on the sidewalk, rolling around, laughing. I was like, Swopes, get him. So, you know, go up to the window or whatever. And I was like, what's up with him? And the guy was like, I'm sorry, I just had to use the restroom. I was like, let me see your ID or whatever. And he gave me his ID. I didn't even notice anything because I was just looking at his eyes, talking to him. And I ran it through Cleoc right there because he was dealing with him. I didn't want to go back to the car, and he was good. I was like, what are you doing, man? And he's like, I just had to, you know, use the restroom. I was like, well, are you done? Is it like, you know, your time to go? Or, you know, if you're just done pissing, man, just get your fucking car and leave. Why you gotta sit here? I was confused, and he goes, no, dude, I'm going. And I looked down, and his pants were around his knees, and he was sitting on a little Rubbermaid container. I was like, oh! What the hell, dude? What are you doing? And he's like, yeah, I got a problem. I just got to shit. He's like, when I have to shit, I just have to shit. It's
I need more fiber!
I have a tear. He's like, I have a tear in my rectum. And when I got to shit, I can't hold it. I got to shit.
Like an anal fissure?
He's like, I got some paperwork. I was like, no. Just keep your fucking paperwork. Don't worry about the ins and outs of this one. And I got back in the car and I like slammed the door and I was like, I can see that shit. And Swopes is dying. And I call it in and I'm like, everything's code 4.
Yeah,
We're going 1019.
How do you relay that?
We're 1019.
What's the etiquette for that?
I just say
Radio
code 4 like
procedure.
everything's good. But I called the desk.
You got a
and-
brown
Be advised.
It's a code 9 means shit, by the way. on campus, we could call out, like, you would never call it out, but if you had to, like, use the bathroom and you were going to be gone for a minute, you could call out code 9.
Taking that.
No one says that because it's never busy enough to do anything as a military base.
Yeah.
I've seen some sketchy shit. I chased a car going on over 98 miles an hour down Holcomb. Stopped him and he blew a .27, and he didn't even try to fight me with it. I pulled him over and I was like, "Dude, what are you doing?" He's like, "I'm hammered." And I was like, "All right, man, get out."
Fair enough. You know, I probably would have went that route if I'd been pulled over on base. Because getting pulled over on base means, go ahead and do whatever you want to do. That never goes on a civilian record. It doesn't mean shit if you get pulled over on base. I would much rather have done
I
that.
followed a Saudi Arabian guy in the rear area, in the pitch black,
Oh, yeah.
riding on a rim, shooting sparks in the air. Had my sirens on, he would not stop. I was like, I'll send another unit out here just in case, like, some shit goes down. And George came out, and it was me, and we pulled this dude over, and he was a captain in the Saudi Arabian, like, army or some shit. And he was over here for language training. And he's like, I was like, "You have a driver's license or anything?" And he handed me this little Saudi Arabian ID, and I couldn't even understand any of it. I was like,
Can't run it. Can't do shit.
I called dispatch. I was like, "Hey, look, I don't know what to do." And she told me, the numbers to get or whatever. And we ran it. And he was legit, but he'd been driving for like 8 miles on the rim, and it just warped this rim. It was completely fucked. And he was like, "It's okay, I'll get it changed." He had like cut into the concrete and shit. And I was like, "It's not okay. You can't just really." So I followed him back to his parking spot and didn't write him a ticket. Fuck it.
No reason to cause an international scandal here.
I don't want to cause anything to that motherfucker because it'd be a nightmare just writing his name on the paperwork.
So you didn't have to confiscate the Rubbermaid?
I wanted to.
I have to
Because
take that
nobody
as
believed
evidence.
me. Literally no one believed me. We had it on video.
Shit.
And no one believed me.
That's pretty hard to
At first, no one believed me. I've had some weird... I chased a naked guy with nothing but a cigarette in his mouth through his front yard. And he jumped in a convertible. And then tried to explain to me that he was clothed and that I was an asshole. Serious.
So tell
That's
them
an awesome
about
mind game.
tell them about the staff sergeant that made a habit out of making some videotapes with his wife and their Dalmatian. And,
It was a Greyhound.
Oh, okay.
This dude,
That's okay then.
he was a fucked up motherfucker. And there was another
That's a
guy
noble
who
beast.
actually got taken in for fucking neighborhood stray dogs. He would catch them and fuck them. I'm dead serious. He would catch them and fuck them.
I'm a trapper.
And I don't know any names. I'm not going to release any of that. But
I
literally,
could
he was
edit that
fucking
out if
stray
you want a
animals.
dish.
But no, this dude and his wife had like a weird thing. They would film the Greyhound fucking the woman
That's
for
not-
like personal use.
he
and
would
shit.
film his Greyhound fucking his
woman.
wife,
Yeah.
like, and then
And one day,
like sling those tapes or whatever they did with them.
some
Like,
shit happened. Some shit happened, and the dog wouldn't. Like, it fucked her up. Something happened internally with one of them, and the ambulance got called, and the dog had like bonded itself to her insides,
She had gotten knotted, would be the terminology.
Yeah.
right.
and the dog wouldn't get off, and they had to come remove the animal.
How do they remove it?
I guess pull really hard.
Carefully.
I don't know. Like, I'm sure the dude tried, but it was a big dog.
Poured some
apparently.
nail
Like, it was-
polish remover on it, slapped it around a
You
little
spanked
bit.
his little butt with the newspapers, which you did. You
Oh.
told him he was a bad
Want
dog.
this again?
And you hit her
Oh.
too, and you put her nose in some poop.
Withdraw from that human being.
There's more shit that happened on that. It's not like you wouldn't even think. Like,
It's
some
really
of this
just a
shit.
game of patience
And
at that point.
you pull people over and you talk to them, you look in their lives. You just get like a snapshot of what they're going through at that moment, and you have to determine what to do.
It's an awesome power trip, isn't it?
No, it's not an awesome power trip. It's awesome paperwork.
Fuck that.
I was trying to be understanding at all costs, but some people's stories are just too outrageous to even believe. Like, this dude came up, puked in his lap. As soon as he came to the gate, oh! I don't
Not
feel
the worst
good.
I've heard.
No, you don't. Martin was standing there, and he was like, "Oh my God, get out of the car." He had like a 7-foot tall Excursion diesel with giant mud tires,
No way.
and they couldn't tow it. They had to flatten the tires to get on the tow truck.
Wow.
That sucks.
And that dude was just sitting on vomiting on himself, and I told him, I was like, hug that fucking metal pole. And he was holding the pole, and he like reached for my leg, and I'm like, no, pole. He grabbed the pole. This fucking people are gross. I pulled over one time. We got a call of a suspicious character. It was this. It was so stereotypical. I can't even. It was like
It was black.
It was
It's
a
okay.
young black male. Okay, it was. It was early in the morning. It was when I was working morning shift, and there was a larceny that got reported on the housing, and he was walking right down the street. He fit the description. No shoes on, covered in blood, a red Cardinals jacket, no shirt, gashes over his eyes, earrings in, fucked up out of his mind. The only thing that he had was a camcorder. You can see why I pulled him over. He was walking down the road, so I pulled up behind him. I was like, "Hey man, I need to talk to you." And 2 more cars pulled up, so we ain't got shit to do.
Sounds like ZPD.
And we start talking to this dude, and like we start asking questions
got someone.
about last night. And he's lying. He's like, "Yeah, I just came from what's that road right there? Gum Branch." He's like, "Yeah, I hopped the fence from Gum Branch." And I was like, "Dude, Gum Branch is way the fuck over there." I was like, "You didn't come from Gum Branch. Like, where'd you come from?" And we get into it, and he
Such a
freaks
funny
out.
sentence.
He freaks out, snaps the camera in half, and throws it in the woods. I panic and snatch him and slam his face with my partner into the back of a car, jaw first. And then I took my knee and put it on the ground, and then brought it up in a rapid manner into his asshole.
Oh, dude.
About 5 times.
What do they call that? You need somebody in the asshole and it
Dude.
sends like a shockwave through your gooch. And
This
This
motherfucker
What is that called, dude?
let out a
Bad
scream.
time? I
had never heard, because it was beautiful, man. 2 knees went simultaneously into his asshole. I looked at my partner that was doing it, and I smiled a little.
Oh,
And I felt the satisfaction.
It was a body.
As you heard
And I put him in
knee
handcuffs and I
impacts.
threw him in the car. I don't know, it's just, you felt good knowing that I wasn't going to get my ass kicked over a camcorder.
Sure,
This guy.
Felt good about
And so he gets in the car and
Yeah.
starts crying and shit. We get him to the place, and ends up he has nothing to do with it. They searched the camera, put it back together, brought it to special investigation, nothing.
He was just being a faggot.
He was just being an asshole, and I talked to him. I went in there and I was like, why do you do that? Why do you break your camera and throw it into the woods and act all hostile? Because you made me do that. Like, I didn't want to do that. I was just fine.
You
just
made
chilling.
me hurt
That
you.
is paperwork to me.
Yeah, now I gotta do all of this because I did that because you made me. And he was just like, "Man, I'm trying to get to work. Y'all motherfuckers was tripping." I was like, "Oh, I'm not fucking like, dude. Come on, man.
By the
Give me a
way,
little bit of a break, dude."
By the way, they employ nothing but like people like they employ nothing but ghetto people to work on base
Or like,
as
upstanding,
civilian.
but what's fucked up is
workers,
like the entire police department is like either ex-Marines that were grunts and have been through like Iraq like 5 times, or like civilian cops who are country fed and are completely intolerant of other races, and like one Puerto Rican dude.
Yeah.
And that's our whole police force.
That's the Spanish division.
So and we roll around this giant base with nothing to do. So when something happens, it's like it's right now. We're going.
9 squad cars
A
speeding.
domestic happens. There's 10 cars in like 2 minutes.
Egg
Somebody
toss
has
went
donuts
wrong.
with them.
Everybody get here now.
Yeah.
We used to meet up on the bridge at TT, the one that wasn't finished yet.
Oh
We
yeah.
sit there at midnight and just like wait.
I've never been on that bridge.
I feel like Batman, kind of a gayer. And my utility bill didn't have all the cool shit. I just had shit that could get me in trouble.
Flashlight.
Like a radio that I could hot mic listening to metal, a gun that I could discharge, but probably wouldn't fire because the rounds were older than me.
What would happen if you hot mic'd and listened to metal? What would they have
Dude,
done?
people hot mic all the fucking time, and it's so great.
Really?
I'd be sitting in my car with the radio all the way up, like the police radio, and like my radio blaring a little bit of metal. You hear somebody hot mic, and it's like, oh, you fucking faggot. Like, fuck you, motherfucker.
Over the net.
No, that dude's a fucking ass. Like, no, fuck that guy, man. It's fucking,
That's
oh, do you
funny.
hear about this shit? And they're like, hot mic, and like nothing happens. And then like it goes off, and then like you hear at the end of the shift, like you get this big brief about like mic etiquette.
Yeah.
It's so funny. They had videos of all the gay houses. Tell me how a person
Snip, snip.
locked his... Yeah, there you go. Edit that one. Thank you. Locked his duty belt in the bathroom in a gatehouse
I remember.
and didn't call anybody for help. Just sat there terrified. Cell phone, radio, gun. He's standing at a gate in a Marine Corps installation with nothing on except a bulletproof vest, terrified.
Let me tell you how long it would have taken me to call that in if that was me. A long fucking time. I would have sat there and been like, so this is the end of my life. Right as soon as I make this call, it's over for me. I'm just going to live a life of absolute misery forever.
I'm going to pick up trash for the rest of my existence.
until I literally die. As
I
soon
might
as
even
I
clean
call this in. It would have
hot
taken me a
garbage
few
out of a
minutes.
dumpster or something. The punishments are so severe for the actions. It's like, oh, you didn't get a haircut, write me a 4,000 word essay.
Yeah.
And they meet me at 2 o'clock in the morning at the field.
In your fucking stupid ass.
Service office for inspection.
Yeah.
And a haircut. Something stupid, man. Like,
I loved how much punishment that gentleman, that was last name won't be said, after doing all that,
it
like,
rhymed with Tortini. Tortellini.
yeah,
right?
no, it rhymed with Stilson, but
Stilson.
you and
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Swopes went into his room and Swopes just destroyed his uniforms,
Oh, yeah.
like berated him
Dude,
for hours.
we were checking this guy's room one time, and this dude had been cleaning for hours, and we'd been drinking for hours. My room was a wreck. I had like vodka all over the floor, but I was a corporal at the time, so I was expected to check their rooms for the next. I was hammered. Me and my buddy go in there, and I won't say this kid's name, but I start screaming at him instantly when I walk in the door. I was like, "Fucking door's dirty, you piece of shit!" And like, wipe the dust off the door and like wipe it on his face and shit, or his shirt or whatever. And then like, we go over to the fridge and we open it up, and there's like little hairs under the meat drawer. Like, what the fuck is this? And I lost my shit, dude, because I look in the gaskets and there was like little breadcrumbs. I freaked out, like moved the whole fridge, and there was dirt. I was like, "Come here, motherfucker!" So he comes in there, and I was screaming at him, but it was all plotted. You see, because while I was screaming at him, Swobes was shitting in the bathroom. And as soon as I was done yelling at him, I was like, Swobes popped out the door at perfect time. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" There was a huge turd. He didn't even wipe. It's just a giant fucking turd in this kid's toilet. And he's been cleaning for 6 hours, dude. Like, he'd just gotten into the fleet and was terrified of us.
Yeah.
And had been cleaning, like, moved beds, carpets, air vents, you name it. Like, taking the fucking faucet off and cleaned up in there. Like, this dude had been
Swear to
cleaning
God,
hard. Like, when I say you're literally wearing a gas mask to mop your bathroom because there's that many chemicals in there, that happens.
Yeah,
I've done it. And,
Making ammonia and
On
fucking using it
purpose?
to mop. Yeah, using it to mop your floors.
yeah,
If-
you want it to be that clean.
When we were boots, if your corporal came in the room and couldn't tolerate the fumes that you've been cleaning
You
in for like
passed.
6 hours, if he would walk in and go, "Ah," and turn around and walk out, you passed.
That's why
You
Romsaw
didn't get
dumped
fucked
a
with the
whole
rest of the
bottle
night.
of cologne on his floor every field day.
Yeah.
But anyway, he goes in there and takes a shit in this kid's room, bathroom, and he's like, "What the fuck is this, you little motherfucker?" And he goes in there, he's like,
"Shit, the
"Oh,
toilet!"
I don't know how they got there, Corporal, I don't know." They're freaking the fuck out and shit. And we're like, "Obviously something, motherfucker," because they were shit in the toilet. And we're like, "Oh, I guess it's a goddamn ghost turd." And he just resurrects and comes back to fuck you because you fucked us. And like, we made this kid just like do all kind of retarded shit, like clean like things that shouldn't even be clean, like Q-tips and shit. But you know what? At the end of it, he found out that it was us. Like months later down the road, and he was so like baffled when I left his room. I looked at him. He was like actually
Just
concerned.
lost in thought.
I hope him and his roommates fought about that turd. Yeah. I hope a fist fight happened. I was like, you motherfucker, you literally shit in there before they came? You know, because he has 2 roommates.
So they're gonna find it out.
One of them motherfuckers shit was what they think, you know. And we lost it, man. We walked out the room. We were so serious. Like, we're back in 30 goddamn minutes. Slammed the door. I was like, leave that shit. I'm not coming back here. Left, like, because he'd be cleaning until like 2, 3 in the morning. Because I remember doing it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And that doesn't make it right, but goddamn, it's funny.
It is. And you kind of understand a little bit more, like, God, there's
What they
nothing
were
else to do.
I ran up and down the hall screaming, a dingo ate my key. Well, I locked my room key in my room. So I can get a new one. I buffed that hall with my socks. Because I cut the cords on the buffer. I thought I was smart, man. Like, they were like, all right, Crave, you're buffing tonight. I was like, fuck you, I'll show you who's buffing. So I grabbed a knife and went in there and cut the fucking plug-ins on the buffers. I was like, oh, look at that, the buffers are broken.
This motherfucker
What a shame.
This motherfucker would throw down some of the most, like, passive resistance. They'd be like, you're all a bunch of fucking boots, mop the fucking floor. And Tyler would be like, I'll mop the fucking floor. And go grab the fucking mop, shove it in the toilet a few times, just like piss in there and like all this nasty. Just pull it out and fucking sling it all over the floor, dude. Slam
the
it in
whole
the corner and
office.
walk out.
And I'd smile while I was doing it. I was like, good afternoon, good Sergeant.
Just fucking
Beautiful day,
piss,
isn't it?
dude. All
Mopping
over
the floor with shit water. Just
And
grinning
I'm
from ear to ear.
An American.
Yeah. Dude, I was so fucking mad. Like, those motherfuckers used to come up with some creative shit. Ro was like, go grab a blanket and your socks. And like 5 friends. I'm like, what? It's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would I grab that? This is not a slumber party, man. This is fucked. Like, he put hot garbage.
Hot garbage.
Well, it wasn't when he put it in the dryers, but after he got, he got mad at us for throwing our personal trash away in the laundry room garbage.
Oh yeah.
So what he did was, he'd shoot our ass for an entire spin cycle. Exactly.
I'm talking about coffee grounds.
Banana peels,
Like-
nasty ass cereal, milk cartons.
Heated.
And
garbage.
Marines drink the fuck out of coffee, so I stress coffee grounds. I stress that. All of that was in all of our dryers.
That was so lame.
And spinning the whole time he was chewing our ass. He was like, good, clean it up.
We get in there, there's 10 Marines standing around looking at this dryer full of hot garbage. And guess who's the most fucking boot one there? This guy.
I was like, man, that sucks.
And I'm
that
just in
piece
there
of shit.
fucking scraping this bullshit out of this, like, so pissed, dude.
When I met
When I
you,
first
thought you were
got
a
to the
faggot.
fleet, you couldn't go outside and smoke a cigarette without signing out of a logbook with a friend.
You had to grab a buddy to go 3 feet out the door and smoke.
And sign
So
back
we
in.
all
Yeah,
smoked. It
yeah.
wasn't a big deal, but I mean, it was just gay. Steele had to stand with his nose in a Marine Corps knowledge book in the corner
Oh, that
at
was so
parade rest
awesome.
for like 4 hours.
He just periodically got his ass chewed. That was so much fun.
And he was tripping.
Yeah, he was, because he went and hung out with his bro.
But anyway, a lot of fucked up shit. Like, I've been staying in my room so confident that I was going to pass field day. Like, literally, me and Pruitt had woke up and cleaned. This was actually Dingo that this happened with. We had cleaned for so fucking long that we haven't eaten that day, and it was dark. Because we had just gotten a fleet. Everybody else was in fucking Korea.
This is when on it was Mondays for us, but this
Yeah.
is when they would
They
cut
won't-
us from work to clean.
So, I'm sweating. I've cleaned so hard. I've literally Windexed all of my walls. From ceiling to floor, Windex.
Oh my
The crown molding, which is made out of plastic, cleaned. The shitty carpet, vacuumed. Fucking swept the carpet, vacuumed it again. Like, when I say I pledged the floor, folded the toilet paper, wrapped up the shower curtain, like, put a little air freshener in the toilet. Everything was beautiful. Cleaned all the gaskets in the fridge. And I was like, I'm ready for this motherfucker. I waxed the entranceway because I had like 5 tiles to my room. I waxed all 5 of them by hand and sweat.
So proud.
Everything was perfect. Literally every detail. I knew where every pube was in that room.
Still proud to
And
this
Ro
day.
comes in there and he's like, ready for inspection? was like, yes, Corporal. And he's like, every hit that I find, y'all have pull-ups. And I was like, all right, that's fair.
That's fair.
Knocks my fridge over. Reaches up inside of the compressor. And he's like, look at that dust. That is filthy. And I'm just like,
Fail.
he's like, that's one. And he like lifts up my mattress and goes way under, like where no one will ever go. And he's like, oh, fail. And he like lifts up the blinds, lifts up the window, and like goes outside, gets a black light.
On the outside of the window.
But it's stupid how
It
in
was,
depth.
it was an art to him.
Yeah.
I mean,
And he'd be like, and
think
he
about
told
if
me,
you clean a room this size for like 6 hours.
it
how
will fuck with you
spotless it
mentally.
would be.
It fuck with you
Like-
mentally. It's like, what else can I clean? Literally, what the fuck? I've scrubbed that brass on the ground until it took new shape. My fucking entrance to my doorway, I brassoed so much that you can literally stand there and see yourself. in
There
it.
was one time where I went and stood outside of my room, and I was like, if Rose sees me standing here, he's going to come and inspect. He walked past me without saying a word, walked into my room, grabbed my fridge, and flipped it 6 times across the floor and turned around and walked out.
Yeah. He
Didn't
did
even say, like, pass or fail, or
Nothing.
you need to clean this, like, nothing.
just
turned around
mad
and
as shit
walked
about
out.
something that we didn't even do.
And I was just
Just
like,
fucked us.
unbelievable.
And I was like, all right, fine, whatever. Thank God
This
I
guy
didn't
was
do
like
anything.
5'6" and benched like 450. Like
He was a bowling ball, and he could
couldn't
run
walk
like
forward
7
very
miles.
Couldn't scratch his head kind
yeah,
of guy.
that kind of guy.
It made me so mad because, all right, he hit us 3 times, and we had 300 pull-ups. So I fucked him a little bit. And I went out there, and I said, all right, we'll do 300 pull-ups, Corporal. And my buddy Carter was out there smoking. I was like, Carter, come here. He was like, what's up? I was like, come here. And we got Carter. Were you there? And like it was like me, Pruitt, and Carter, and we did sets of 10. And he didn't say how we had to do them. We stood out there for like an hour and did sets of 10 while he watched. It was so funny. He was so mad that we had like beaten him though, you know what I mean?
Found a loophole.
All we had to do was 10 sets of 10 apiece. And I smiled while doing it. And he said, you didn't say I had to do all of them.
Never done a goddamn push-up in my life.
And he was happy with it, actually. But he used to play fetch with us.
He would have like these
Like
weird
fetch.
bipolar weeks. Like one week he'd be like really chill. He'd come to your room, like play Xbox and drink
And
with you and
talk
shit.
with you like a buddy. He'd be like,
Yeah.
hey man, that's really cool, yeah. Oh, I'm into that too. And then like, the next morning you're like, hey. And he's like, fuck you,
Yeah.
you motherfucker, come here. And you're like, oh, we just drank beer
Just
together
last night.
like 4 hours ago. We were friends, and now you're fucking me. Not literally,
Well,
but
Maybe in some cases.
it was ridiculous. And the things that happened there, I miss being able to have anything whenever I wanted it. Because if you don't have something, there's a door open in that motherfucker. Someone who does, probably.
Oh, in the barracks.
Riley came by, our other corporal, and he'd be like, hey man, you got a plastic shot glass, some Benadryl, and a spoon? Like,
Yeah.
I
He
have all
would,
this.
he would
stuff,
ask for the
actually.
most random shit. He'd always pop his head. He wouldn't walk his whole body into the room. He'd just pop his head in and be like, hey man, you got a pair of rollerblades and a lighter?
Like,
And I'm just like,
random,
what?
ridiculous shit, and you're sitting there playing Xbox, and you're like, yeah, I actually do. Fuck, it can happen. Like, he asked me one time, he's like, hey man, you got a cigarette, a cup, and some, like a good curry or a drink or something? And I'm just like,
I wish I could nail
Did
down
you stand-
exactly what
yeah,
he
like,
said to me one time. It was so random. He was like, he's like, you got a cigarette, a piece of construction paper, and some tweezers? And I was like,
it's like
what?
he stood outside of your room and like contemplated. All right, I don't want him to think.
What
I'm just
weird
asking
shit
for
am I
a
gonna
smoke. What
say?
can I gotta need something.
I want them to think
I got a project, damn
something,
it.
yeah.
I'm building some shit. I need construction paper. And the worst part about Japan was, if you're a football fan or a sports fan of any kind, I don't think any of you guys might be. But
The least into sports.
okay.
Yeah, the least
Anyway,
in the
if-
sport. Come on.
Well, all right.
If you want to watch football, you
He's
have to stay up
actually
until
gay.
4 a.m. to watch a normal game, which meant that I would be hammered at 4 a.m. and have to work 30 minutes later, which really threw a wrench in the gears a lot of times. You know, I've had my roommate put my shoes and pants on so that I can go run 6 miles.
Oh, I've got people have dressed me before for sure.
He peed in Rife's,
I peed in his laundry basket.
you know,
I opened the closet door thinking it was the bathroom door, they weren't even close to each other. I was just that hammered. And I woke up from a dead sleep really having to pee. And I fucking opened the lid. In my mind, it was the toilet lid to his hamper and just let it go all over his clothes, dude. And he woke up, middle of the night, pitch black in the room. And he was like, "What the fuck?" And I snapped out of it and I was like, "Dude, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry, bro. I'm about to watch this right now. I'm so sorry." And he was like, "Explain yourself." And I was like,
I'm not calling
I
it.
can't explain myself.
Sounds familiar.
These actions.
Yeah.
Man, we would
You're
go.
super butthurt about that.
Remember when you
too.
lost $200 at
Totally.
the ATM because you had to salute? He lost $200 because of a salute one time, or was it 400?
It was
You
two.
retracted the money back in?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was at the ATM. This is how
Fuck that.
This is how boot I was. I was in uniform, and Taps plays every evening, right?
At a certain time.
And dude, your life is over if you get caught walking during Taps.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
doing
fucked.
anything but standing.
Oh, I guess
completely
fuck
still
them, right?
standing.
Fuck them. It's like, no, dude, I just really have some shit.
Fuck all those
I
dead
respect those
Marines,
guys.
right?
Oh, no. Well, fuck them,
Yeah.
fuck you. And like, you're fucked. You're done.
Yeah. Give your sergeant major's name, and it's over after that.
You're just scrubbing
So
shit
I'm
from
sitting there,
us.
I fucking type it all in. I don't realize the sun's going down. You know, we just got off work, late as
We're
fuck.
trying to go get fucked up because the week has sucked.
Trying to get the money out so I don't card it up at the bar. You know what I'm saying? So I $200. I hit enter, and I was like, it'll win. I'm sitting there, and fucking Taps is like the slowest piece of music ever made.
Oh my god, is it ever?
And I'm just like, oh my god. And I can hear the ATM behind me going, meaner, beep, 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 beep. Like it's losing its mind. Like, take this money. And I'm like, please still be there. Please. And I turned around and it was gone. And I put my card back in, checked my account balance, $200 gone, bro. The most expensive salute of my career.
It's brilliant.
That was fucking lame.
Dude,
Oh my god.
I used to fucking dread.
So
You would see
glad I'm a
people
civilian.
sprinting for miles. Like the 5-minute warning would take off in the morning at like 6:55, and or like 7:55, and you hear, "Oh fuck!" Like people would just like start sprinting to work, and you look, and there's like tens of 20s of 30s of people. Yeah, I know, but they're all
I
going
mean,
to work.
Hauling dick, dude.
Like,
Here's why.
People would
because
spend $10 to take a cab to work, but so they didn't get caught in that.
because it plays our national anthem and then the Japanese
So
national
you're
anthem.
standing there for 10 minutes.
You wind up saluting for 18 verses of the Japanese national anthem, and your arm's like, dude, what the fuck?
Half the time I have breakfast in
I've
my
seen
hand.
people full bore run, and like someone will open the door from the inside and they would dive into the building so they weren't outside while Colors was playing in order
It's
to avoid
bad, dude.
saluting.
It's
dude.
bad.
See
Like,
people go to some extremes.
They jump in cars, buildings, establishments, phone booths, whatever they can get in.
That or the
Dodge
fucking
that
warning
shit.
will go off and they'll fucking rip their blouse off in their hat and throw it on the ground and stand there with boots and utes so they don't have to salute. They can just stand straight up.
It's bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I never forget the sprint home, and this was a daily thing.
Never been happy.
We would get off work. We get off work at 4 o'clock every fucking day, 14 or 16:30, not a minute sooner, and we'd be sitting in those goddamn bleachers. My camis were white because I sat there for so long. The sun bleached the color out of them. I sat there for so many months. Oh, we complained about it, don't get me wrong, and then they took those away and we sat in the field. So we were happy when we got those back. Don't even look at those fucking bleachers. You sit in the Indian style. We're just out there fucking with grass.
And it's a swamp.
Grown ass motherfuckers in the Marine Corps sit in the middle of a soccer field like,
Yeah.
this is my life.
And it's
Tyler,
a swamp
for
because
6
it rains
hours
every
out
single
of the
day.
day.
And it's all
Indian
mud.
style is not the preferred nomenclature. I know that Dobbs Face just said that.
Cross-legged.
Yes, cross-legged.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Politically.
Thank you.
But
It's not politically correct.
you didn't mind Japs, I'm just saying.
Is he Japanese?
Well, I mean, you
Do I
should
look
stand
like
up
I'm
for all
fucking
races,
Japanese?
right? You should stand up for everyone.
No, I should stand up for mine. The one that's been shit on more
You
than
might be a little
any other
Japanese.
minus the
You
Jews.
don't know. You could have a little in you. Or some Scot-Irish.
Well, I am Irish. But
Okay, well,
it's a
you
different
have-
story.
I mean, how far does this thing go?
How far do you want it to go? Because I pretty much can apply anything you say.
I'm just saying.
Don't test that. It's real.
Okay, I know.
How is Forrest Gump racist against Native Americans?
Are you serious right
Yeah.
now? Are you fucking serious right now?
Oh my god.
I don't even want to get started on Forrest Gump and how racist that is against the Native American culture.
All right, I'm saying piss
people.
break.
I'm saying
Is it
piss
just
break
me?
hard, dude.
Just
I got to pee so hard. And that's not because of the pink elephant in the room, because
Yeah, it's fine. No, I got what it is.
No.
As soon as a proud Native American speaks up, everybody walks away.
I brought a quilt from
It's
Alabama.
cool. Oh, did you? Yeah.
want to,
A quilt of hate. I got it.
Oh my god.